live. Let's see. Now we are. Perfect. Okay, change of plans. The EG match started way before I thought, and way before schedule. So we are just gonna watch the Fnatic match and EG match without chat.
I mean, I'm sure going into
constantly having
It's a shame. It's fine.
I'm sure they have some
My God.
other teams getting prepared for this. They come to Champions, they're scrimming these teams in LA, getting ready. I'm sure they have something cooked up, and they know that this is their moment. If they want to take this championship home and take home the three-peat, they need to set this tone right now.
So
if you take a look at the Prime
Let's
Gaming
go.
Agent Select, if you can't beat the Mimi, why not join them? It is the Sova coming in.
Chamber,
and we have not seen Leo on Sova in so long. It was always his best agent. He's excellent here, and taking a page out of EG's book, I love it. Fnatic is the team who I think really started the trend, who EG was influenced by in putting an emphasis on farming your ultimate orbs, in always having an idea of how to combo ultimates, and now taking some of that back from EG, who had initially drawn inspiration from them. It's kind of a cool to see it go full circle for Fnatic.
Comp as well.
Absolutely, and not every team has been able to pull off the
Nothing too
Sova.
outstanding on the side of ZETA.
That we
Just their typical play.
Throughout the
This should be a quick match.
That
which is a shame,
way back when they beat Fnatic back at Rage.
Yeah,
in
ZETA is not
2022.
gonna.
While also winning over the
not gonna
hearts
beat
of
Fnatic,
literally everyone, and that's why
Even
you know,
though
there's
it
so
is
many people that are
Mavic,
excited to see them back on the stage. But
this.
it's
Oh,
just
it's already
quite the foe you're facing against first, and Depp is already. Oh my!
Oh no!
It certainly could have been more troublesome. It could have been a lot more damage than it was.
No,
Horrible.
10 is 10
Instead,
health.
Depp gets
10
such
is
a
10
deep
health,
position,
yeah.
and he clears the south side almost entirely. So right now, they have a great idea of what's going on. And I'm surprised to not see anybody from ZETA
Holy
moving
shit!
right
Look
now.
at 10.
They should
His
have
neck
known it
is
was
so
reset
bent
a long
downwards.
time ago there.
The inverse Redgar.
They are a bit more cautious and a bit more concerned with this, aren't they? Chronicle's getting the spike down.
Man's practically looking at his
Fnatic
dick.
still have some control, some positioning over towards Dish. Courtesy of Durka, they have a really good setup here.
Despite the long rotate and the very
Oh my
quick
God,
one, they
he's like
get
an
some really
armadillo.
good post-plant positions to actually retake here from. So both sides entrenched at this point.
Boaster's going to have to be one of the first to be dealt with, and yeah, they don't even check him. He was still down.
Nice. Oh,
under
let's
Hell,
get
and,
one.
I mean, Fnatic have just wiped the floor
Nice.
with ZETA in this round.
Good shit.
You really expected a little bit more there from ZETA after all the time that they took to set up in
Damn,
that.
ZETA 4th seed.
But
That's
it's
surprising.
2 corners they don't check. Just 2 corners. And despite maybe a good like opening
ever
strategy,
since the
they would have
Miracle Run, it
potentially
hasn't
just
been
found
great
Alfia
for them,
by
so
himself
makes
when
sense.
Depp dove past him in that one.
Yeah.
Despite all that, nothing for them. So that speaks to potentially what we might see here. Some nerves, some discipline not checked up right now, and what the Dust was talking about a lot, how slow ZETA play.
I have the spike.
It's completely flipped on its head in the first round.
Marshall
Ooh.
hits Boaster, and he's
Good
already
shot.
finding value with it.
I mean, this is a
That's
classic,
not
isn't it?
100
Yeah.
millisecond reaction speed.
Every single round on Fracture. Attack side after the pistol round win, which comes quite frequently for this team. Boaster with that Marshall farming as many orbs as he can.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
last.
he's already got
Oh, one more.
considerable
Oh,
amount.
one
He's
more.
already more than
Oh,
halfway.
yeah.
Boaster get the ace, baby. The crowd's going to go wild.
No!
Oh, no.
Why?
I was really, I mean, 2 aces
Why?
and
Oh,
anti-eco
shit.
would have been crazy
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, that would have been nuts. And
Oh,
he was
no, if
he
he
was
just
close.
reloaded the gun.
just not able to connect, though.
If he just reloaded the gun.
Ultimately,
no.
Fnatic walk away with the win on the round. They keep 3 rifles.
unlucky.
Boaster is very close to having his orbital strike online.
Oh, shit.
It wasn't as
Forgot to
flashy
shake
as
my
we would have liked,
fucking
but it got the job done.
Oh, absolutely. And actually,
No.
considering
Can we see Bosa's path?
how the rest of the
Yeah.
round played out, Boaster was just holding for these. I mean, I was talking about how
if
he
he
usually
just
farms
reloaded.
orbs.
Ah.
Instead, he's holding for the kills. Alfia was the guy holding the orbs. Is that Boaster or is that Kong Kong? I can't tell.
He looked the same, didn't he?
Now this
Why is there
swap
like
for
fucking
Fnatic
bits at the bottom of my
off
teeth?
of the fade onto the Sova. It's going to be really interesting to see in these next couple of attempts. They had so many opportunities to face off against this composition that they know how you can counter it. But such a wild comp from ZETA.
Eh?
Almost nobody playing this
See these
Paper X
satchels?
EDG style comp.
Fine.
One thing that I've noticed Fnatic being so good
Why
at
did we?
on all maps is
understandable.
moments like these where, you know, you're in the bonus round, you're trying to get some information. They're so good at freezing and just allowing some time to elapse so that they can let their thoughts actually settle here. And it always allows them to have such good calls after this. One of the reasons why Boaster has really stepped up in terms of reputation for his IGLing ability this year.
We'll see if he's able to do anything with what you were just referring to, trying to be able to settle on the round, get any information that he can, and then work around it. Laz looks to be the first to contact here. Fnatic want to burst towards B. Remember, we don't see Chamber very much.
Oh!
And we're not going to see him anymore this round.
Oh
either.
my God!
Chronicle
Just
taking
hard
that
swings
first
that.
contact too. Just ridiculous.
30 seconds left.
There were so many people that were
Okay.
excited for this Chamber
That's
pick,
so
for
unlucky.
Laz on that Chamber pick in particular. But a brutal start. Meanwhile, Fnatic
Oh.
continue to pounce forward and trample.
Unlucky.
Those are false,
Start.
though. Yeah.
Who's that underneath?
A lot of
Alpha.
guns on the other side of this, so Durka with two
Okay,
big
Alpha
ones.
can play late.
They
Oh,
can't
I
get to
smoked
this.
off.
Alpha has
Uh-oh.
to be the guy to deny depth. He has to go
Gotta
through.
be quick. He's
Nice.
gotta be quick. It's
Nice.
half. That's a bonus for Fnatic. Huge play from Alpha here.
The other two players there, Leo and Chronicle, were both either a body
Alright, but
way
good
in
stuff.
front of them, controlling their space, or just completely mollied off, so they couldn't do anything either. But bonus
That was a
conversion,
bit
this is
dangerous.
the
If
scary
Alpha
part
didn't
about
go
Fnatic,
for
man.
a
You let them
pro
get
flank
started,
there, we lost.
and it takes so long to chip back at that
Okay,
lead.
so now we can't do the fade
Thankfully,
combo
here's
with
Zeta.
the ult anymore.
Dep with the amount of flanking he's been doing.
So let's
Have
see
his
what
overdrive on
Monster
that,
does
they
with
can go
it.
for
He's
something
usually
crazy.
pretty good
Looks
with
like
the
they're setting
orbital
up
strike.
for a dish push.
So let's see.
But look,
Let's see
Durka
what he
and
cooking.
Leo are going to use some of their util here to actually just completely deny this.
Oh damn!
And they definitely
Nice.
not seem to care. But Durka and Leo both handle it well.
Oh
A
no!
little
Oh
bit of
no!
damage done as 10 was there too.
Okay.
The orbital strike used, but Chronicle
Chronicle?
receiving the pressure on the other side.
A very risky peek there as well from Chronicle on the last player of 10. Oh,
Alpha
is in
heard
their
it.
spawn. Should have heard them there.
Spike planted.
And now with the plant, it's
Oh
wide
no!
open
He
as
doesn't.
well for
He's heard it,
Alpha
but he hasn't read it.
no matter what.
He was out of range of the turret. So that did not get him any info. 10 has crept his way up, and the only question is Chronicle aware? Does he know?
Oh, the jiggle peek just missed him.
Just barely. I mean, we're talking about
Nice.
seconds, but Alpha here
Okay.
swings out at just the right time to get Fnatic
Good swing.
4.
4-0.
And that
When
crossfire ends
do
up being
Zeta
pretty
call
brutal there for
timeout?
Chronicle and Alpha.
And
I
is
love
Fnatic
Alfir
gonna
missed
call
the
any
jiggle, sure,
timeouts?
but then he gets into an off angle to get the next peek on it. So his timing works out really nicely no matter what. And check this out from Boaster as well, ulting off this push from
Oh,
Arcade,
shit,
so that
wait.
this isn't a pinch coming in from Zeta.
I mean,
Really nice
That's not bad, I
adaptations there
guess,
on the
force
fly
him
to
to
deal
swing.
with that aggression, but maybe a little bit readable there from Zeta, given how Depp has been playing so far, how he's been constantly.
Yeah, I
going
don't know
for
about
and how
that
that
ult,
was the
mate,
only
Boaster.
tool in that round.
Yeah, I think
considering it
you're
was an
absolutely right.
anti-eco as well.
Because of the success Fnatic have had, they find themselves up
But it's
4
fine,
with
you won the
3
round.
ults in this round. Leo halfway to his too.
Yeah, but some control here. Are they really just reacting into A after all that?
And Laz is by himself, but he is playing from a safe position. He can get away.
As the op 2.
Oh no,
Just a
Laz.
second late, man.
Nice try, nice
We're
try.
talking about expectations from Laz on the chamber. And I was waiting for the op
Can
to come
Durka
online.
get ahead of it?
Uh-oh. Showstopper's
Oh.
out. 10
How did
nothing.
Durka not die?
But it's Durka who gets the kill. They've got the roll
What-
of thunder
what's
too.
he
They have
nading?
everything.
What's he nading?
And if they needed to, Alfier's lockdown. No response from Sugar Zero on that Brimstone. Doesn't have the ult to cancel that out. They're falling way back though. Look, there's 3 players at the back of halls. Once they
This is
open
an
this door,
interesting
they're going to be
setup.
surprised to see it's Alfia there. They're like, okay, that's
They
normal.
know it's
There's gonna be a
Alpha.
crossfire at the top.
Alpha
but
is pretty
there's 3 players
distracted.
waiting there.
Yeah, there's no way you expect
Durka's
that much.
watching it.
So you've
so
got
it
to deal
doesn't
with what's
even
in front
matter.
of you. That's Durka, and then you have to deal with the
And
flank
then
from
a
behind.
fucking double
Alfir
swing
gets another. You see
with
the
all the
volley
players
coming
in
through
main.
from
Now
Boaster,
they're
who was one of the
saving.
members off.
Durka is gonna go
Side, and they're
hunt.
just going to go hunting.
Can he
2
get
members
anyone?
here in spawn. They're trying to get the op out of the hands
Yep,
of Zeta, and
they
do.
got everyone. Oh god damn.
Fnatic checking all the boxes right now.
Yeah, Zeta kind of stands no chance. which is
And ZETA,
very
unfortunately,
unlucky.
at this
Timeout?
point,
Timeout.
you really need to start
Like a
looking
timeout.
to get that back online for Laz. And you need to start some, I mean, nice dodge there
Wow.
from Durka.
Wait, can I see that shit again?
And you need to start some,
Whoa!
I mean,
He
nice
dodged
dodge there from Durka.
towards it. That's so well done.
It's funny, we were talking a lot about Leo not playing any Sova. Up to this point, finally.
Look how
Tokyo.
supportive. Look how
But
supportive
Turk is still
Japan
not playing
is,
any
man.
Jet. And you can see, I mean, he's just so comfortable.
And then fucking
on that
NA
race.
crowd
One
is
of the
just
rare
dead silent.
duelist players who can play both
Japan's
the Jet
fucking
and the
home
race.
team
That's such a high
lost,
level,
and they're
man.
like, okay,
Such
nice,
a high level. You
nice.
think about their Tokyo run.
God
touch
damn.
Jet, starts off champs.
Fucking miss
doesn't
Japan,
touch Jet
bro.
yet.
Go
If
back
he's gonna
Japan.
keep putting
Just
up
host
performances
all your
like
events
this,
in Japan.
there's really
So
no reason to
appreciative of
deviate from
every
the plan.
team that
Yeah, he's been
plays.
teasing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how this map goes,
There's
I'm
no
assuming
team
we're
that
gonna
they
see
hate.
it on Haven as map 2.
Yeah.
Or at least it
But
doesn't
right
seem
now,
like
ZETA,
it.
their first time out,
They're at least very polite with,
and
with
they've
the
got to
viewing
come up with
experience.
solutions.
It's a lot more fun.
The thing is, they've been so aggressive on actually trying to set up
That's
these
a new coach,
plays up
isn't
in
it?
halls, A main. That's been the majority of the gun rounds so far. But Fnatic are so comfortable to just wait it out, figure out where that setup is, whether it's implicit information that they're getting from the rest of the map,
Time's passed and I was
or
going to
that
switch
they're
up their
seeing
coach.
it head on, like that north side pinch that we
Right.
saw.
No, I don't have the time to. Your mouse is not working.
And
When
it's
I
not
plug
even
it in.
gambles
Lucky.
that Fnatic are taking against it. It's super, super safe. Look, never a single player on one half of the map.
And the half that you're mentioning right now, the northern side completely empty, and you see ZETA set up on the mini-map, either expecting pressure from the side, from that side towards Dish, or wanting to apply a bit of their own, but nothing found.
It's so fluid there. Durka's boombot is intended to spot, okay, is there anybody pushing tree? And if there is, they're going to go for a crazy fast trap with Chronicle's stun. Now this allows them to slow things down, really re-clear everything you can, get the space potentially for Alfier's ults, but on an anti-eco, yeah, he's going to invest
Oh,
in it
is he
anyways.
going to push it? Oh, no. Never mind. It's a standard one.
And you notice the thing that they did in the last post plant, right? They were all three holding the
They
molly.
didn't put it
Here, there's,
deeper in.
again, a lot of emphasis on holding this lockdown. Only
Both-
one player getting on site here, Durka with the dash.
Okay, both
Boster's
here's
here
them.
by himself, and you've got Leo close by, but
Oh, no.
not again.
Oh, no.
Once again, just one. There's a
That's
second
right.
layer to this, though. You see, you think you've dealt with the first trap, sure, but there's another. This one's Leo. The stun, you imagine the push is going to be coming anytime soon. Depp trying to find some space, and he's certainly not quiet.
Nice.
He was ready for it this time.
Okay.
At least wise to it, but kill's still not going his way.
Nice.
Good nade. Good
Good
nade.
Durka. Here's any
On the
movement
timing.
there. Already
Oh,
sees that
good
smoke.
shot by
Knows he's gonna
Laz.
try to creep into it.
They
Laz
surrounded
left
him.
alone. It's
Oh,
just a
yep,
tap,
there it
just
is.
a threat, and it's another round for Fnatic. Bala, you know, we talked so much about their run at Tokyo and how it really felt like they were playing perfect Valorant, or as close to it as you could get.
Oh,
I know it's only
Fnatic
been 6
is so
rounds,
strong.
but
No
this doesn't
expectation
feel any
dropped.
different.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No,
I think
looking
for
weak
me, though, I'm
so
looking
far
at
at
the side of
least.
ZETA, and I'm thinking out of
It's
that
what
timeout,
people want to see.
You know,
Well,
what are
people
they
expect
talking
it
about?
to
What do
see.
we
I
see
don't know if
evidence
they
of them
want to
talking
see it,
about? I
but
think they focus a little bit more on the strategic side.
this is
there. And now
their
we're
year.
calming
This is
people
their year.
down, because
Sure.
once again,
We get
see
this
a
year to
corner
them,
go
bro.
unchecked.
It has to.
Is that 3 now?
It is
That's
up.
3.
They
Yeah.
played
Against Fnatic, those are the types of mistakes they're
outstandingly
gonna
well
punish you every
all
time.
year long.
The lights
It would
shine
genuinely
just
be a
little
crime
bit
if they
brighter
don't
on the
win
world's
champs,
biggest
yeah.
stage. And with that comes the exposing of mistakes, of critical lapses of judgment.
Wow, this execute is so brutal.
Holy shit!
another
Look at
goal.
all the
I mean,
util
it's an opener
going
for
in,
Boaster.
man. God.
Depp's able to buy a little bit of time, but
Ah.
not much.
How
Not
do you
enough
not
to be
like this
significant.
He
team
had
with the way
no
they use
space there
fucking
to play. There was a
util?
molly, there was
Just
a
to
spotlight coming
aggressively
through, there
take
was another
space.
dart as well from Leo. I mean,
Aggressively
this
takes
is why this
space,
composition is so
and he
strong.
just. It's
They're
like a
not even
full
punished.
5 seconds of
Oh, no,
util
Molly might
before
get it.
anyone
Yeah.
is even on
Oh,
site.
Spike's not planted.
Yeah, he hadn't committed. He wasn't really able to get enough breathing room. And the barrage
3v3,
keeps
the
him
only
back.
time we've run into
But Fnatic
any sort of trouble
Has
so
to be able
far.
to slow things down.
And this is with 50 seconds. Normally
Walking
not
through.
executing this early. So still a lot of room for them to work.
Yeah, you can wait for Leo's dart to come back up, which just popped. You've got Chronicles' fault line that's going to come up shortly as well, right on cue. And with that, you imagine they combine them,
Can we
they
kaboom?
find a
No, we
little
can't
bit of
kaboom.
space to at least recover the spot.
Do
Not
they
able
have
to get a
kaboom?
kill
They
off
do
it,
have
though.
kaboom.
There's no more util here to actually deny this plant anymore.
No, they
from
do.
ZETA.
What? Crow had a kaboom.
Whether
He
it's
didn't
some
use
of the
it.
early aggression from the defense, but
We have no post plant
they
util,
do
but that's
more?
fine.
see that Aftershock through. Chronicle has fallen. It's just Alpha here and Leo now. One Nano to buy some space, to buy some time, to provide some cover. As
What can Leo do?
Him off even more. An aggressive satchel in from 10 as Crow gets 2 and the defuse comes through.
Well done, well done.
Really nice stuff. That's that patience.
Good kill on
That is
Durka.
so synonymous with ZETA.
It was good of. I mean, it was
When
questionable
they really
of Crow
regroup,
to
when
not
they really
deny the
understand,
plant
okay,
there,
here's
but
the couple of
good
extra
of Crow
tools we have,
to
the Aftershock
use it in the
and that
end.
orbital strike. I misspoke. I thought they used their Aftershock at this point already.
It's well done.
And with that Aftershock getting the kill on the planter, that's how he has that orbital strike. So it's like all the win conditions there, they put them in their mind and they completely executed on them. Well done from ZETA.
That was well done
finally
by
gets them
ZETA,
on
yeah.
board.
They
We're
use.
going to see sort of the same resurgence
look
that
at
we
it
saw
outside.
from the team, like we just saw in that first game,
Alright,
where
what
it
happened
looked
with the Tour de
super
Force?
flat from Billy, and then all of a sudden they came out swinging. All of a sudden they got energy.
Yeah, they did.
That's
ZETA finally on the board though.
Laz was talking a lot about that, about what they learned from their LCQ run was, and watching Tokyo in person, was seeing, you know, players like Kankan, players like Boostio show and leave the emotion on the stage rather than reserving it back.
Oh, that's cool.
Are they going to be able to find that momentum to bring that emotion out?
You got Crow's got his Rolling Thunder. He's close by. But again, this quiet approach from Fnatic early on. Hey, it's a stalemate.
It's a cool thing to learn. Not reserving
No one daring
emotions
make
and
a sound.
showing
You
it.
imagine if there's attack from the drone, Durka's going to want to go.
Okay.
This path.
Oh, Durka
Showstopper.
fucked up his.
Kind of messed up
Yeah.
the second satchel there.
It did not give him enough.
Oh, he
Oh,
doesn't.
that's a clear corner.
Oh
Black
no.
Yep, Dep cleans him up.
And missed Aftershock Molly combo too.
Okay.
Spike still committed though. The
Plant-
Rolling Thunder
plant down, though.
just a bit wide as 10. And Crow go untouched.
Should we
Alpha
fall?
looking
Oh,
to pounce in
fuck.
tower. No, he can't.
Leo, the clutch guard.
It's just Leo by himself now, and he's just got to sit back and watch. I mean, a 1v4,
Oof.
couple members weak, but there's just not enough for that.
Well played by 10.
2 rounds
And
down
Dep
in a row
as well
for
to
ZETA.
get that
And that
pick
perfect
on
Valorant from
Durka.
Fnatic starts to show
another
some
Rosa.
cracks.
Oh, by the way. Another Rosa. Oh.
This combination up in tower allows space for Dep to play a little bit longer. And then once again, this A hit, or this B hit, not quite working out there.
Wow.
And Breach ult as well coming in. Yeah, it definitely missed that second satchel there from Durka.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what happened.
Yeah, he missed his satchel. That's unlucky.
Either way, he would have gotten such a deep path.
Dart cleared instantly to Tortals. No early aggression
Okay.
from ZETA. I think we saw that a couple
Alpha
of times
is the only
before
one on the
timeout,
north side,
that's
but
something
no
they
one.
have moved
There's
away
no
from.
crunch going on.
And they are doing a great job.
That's
dealing
the
with the Sova
up from
from
last
Leo.
round. There
I mean, in that
okay.
last round,
There's
the drone was
two
supposed to get a little
impactful
extra
ults on
value.
each side.
Here, the dart. I mean,
I'd
always
say
the early darts have
Fnatic
by
side is
somewhere
more
on the map.
impactful. And
do
if we
have
can
to say, I
get
think
one
Fnatic
more
plays
ult,
attack side a lot
then
differently
we get
than you would
3
see
on
from
Chronicle.
A team like EG, where a lot more of these arcade pushes are coming in frequently.
good drawn.
Laz has the op. He's going to be able to get away.
Can Chronicle get?
Do they
Oh.
pursue, though?
No.
No,
We
it
don't-
seems like they're
we don't
far
put
more interested
Chronicle-
in getting on
we
the
don't
site,
give
making sure it's clear. You
Chronicle
see
the
that
ult.
dart out from Leo, but Laz getting one. Dep
Oh, that's
things
so
up from up
unlucky.
top, and he does. Chronicle's fallen. The spike is
We didn't
currently sitting on
expect
the
it.
ground,
That's
but there is room for it. Boaster has a chance to make a massive play here. If he can find the right timing and create enough space,
Oh, these stuns are brutal for Alpha here.
it's impossible to get through.
ooh.
Oh, there's Boaster, but he gets caught.
Oh no.
This is another round going in favor of ZETA.
Absolutely, and a shocking commitment from Fnatic on this B hit. This is now 3 rounds in a row that is getting shut down from ZETA. And
Nice
you're also
Alpha.
seeing is off here.
The
last
footsteps
couple
is
seconds of this round.
going through
Not
the
gonna be able
wall.
to find that spike and plant it, and you can already see 10 so far away.
To save.
Commitment here.
Do we
from the game
timeout?
plan for
We need
Fnatic
it.
is
Kind of do
to
need a
get on the site
timeout.
without using your key power ults and post plants, so you could use them later on.
Good shot. Good shot.
Well,
Shut down. They retrieved up though, which is fine.
that is
That's-
damage dealt, but ZETA's money should be okay.
Wow, Laz.
Nice pick.
Just
from Laz.
wow.
That's been slow. I was waiting to see whether we were going to get this timeout from Fnatic, and it is coming out. And this is where I think you need to start addressing this, because so often
timeout.
these executes are missing a little bit of a gap or something here. Wow, both I thought these early are in a so hard, really not worried at all about it. You know, mismatch in
It's okay.
how Boaster's ideas are working in the server.
Well, maybe for what was truthfully a dreadful start for
I
ZETA,
chose
but
by.
they have found some
We
semblance
have 3
of fighting.
ults. We should have gone
They've
ult
kept
on
this thing competitive
Chronicle
now.
there to
3
maybe
ults on
bust in
Fnatic's side,
rather than
and they're key ones at that. We'll see if they invest in here.
Heavy
bunch towards B.
just charging
It's gonna be going
finally.
to Laz, who
And
still has
Chronicle
the
had no support Heaven as well. He only went Heaven by himself. I mean, I understand they were trying to crunch with Durka going in the other side. It was unlucky that he got picked off.
There's so many
But
layers to
still,
this from Fnatic.
someone
though,
should
man.
have
You've
been
gotta get
with
past the Ruby, you've
Chronicle
gotta
there.
get past the drone.
I mean, I kind of love what Fnatic have done now that I've seen the plan a couple times here against Laz. It's so often that he has
Let's
to
see,
spend
do we
so
do an
much
EG play and ult
to
them
deal
at
with
the
the
end of
drone,
it?
to deal with Leo.
Yeah.
It's neutering him. Comparatively to what was happening in LCQ, he was a beast on the chamber.
They've just gotten onto the site. I mean,
We're pinging it out.
because they did invest a lockdown and created some space.
Oh,
Laz
good
is
ult
maintained,
and the
he's
fucking
hooked.
Wow.
and
what a
Leo's
brutal way to go.
combination.
They invest the Hunter Siri too. Crow falls. Depp also takes damage.
That is 3
Curious
ults.
how they knew he was there.
3 ults for the price of two
Saw
players.
the detain. Must have heard him right before.
Not really the price, but like, you know,
Just enough.
bonus.
Durka playing in the smoke. ZETA trying
Oh,
to
2
claw their way
players
back
for the
into
price
this
of
round.
3
The
ults. There
3
you go,
guns
that
that
makes
remain.
sense.
And ult 2 in the hands of 10, but can't imagine
Good
it's going
nade.
to be invested here. They have so many
Good
layers,
nade.
we talked about previously, man. Like,
Oh, unlucky.
it's going to take some massive heroics.
And that's round done.
Depp with 20 HP and time just not on his side, has to get out.
Can't even grab up. Any? No, last
Here's what I
died
was
in
talking about, though.
canteen.
3 investments of the ult. Yes, some of them were after the plant had already gone down, but specifically Alfear's lockdown just gets them on that B site. And I
Chronicle
think that's
still
a great
has
call
ult.
again. Remember,
What
I
can we
just
do with
mentioned how
it?
ZETA was not
How many
trying
ults
to
does
counter what
ZETA
Baltimore
have?
was shooting his head under right before. Did he forget about the lockdown?
Could have.
Yeah, that one hurts, and the fact that you got another
Oof, on
kill
the
out
edge
this
of
as
it.
well
That's
is
just
just
unlucky.
ridiculous.
That's well played.
I mean, that's a setup already where you
There's
you
a 7th
have,
round on the board.
you have the lockdown, and then you have the Brimmo.
If we
We've
get
seen
2
it so
more
many times.
guarantees I'll
Fnatic
win.
has pioneered this, where you just instantly
Though I kind
Brimmo,
of don't
the
want us
space
to win
that you
quick
don't have
because
that
I want to
lockdown.
watch more.
It's interesting, too. Here, it seemed like Fnatic were ahead of what
But
ZETA was going to try
at
to
the
do. They
same time,
repositioned
no
Laz to
struggles. It's good.
be up, and they guessed correctly.
And as well, getting through halls here. I'm guessing that dart was finally not broken by Leo, and they instantly go into this. But it is surprising
What kind
to
of
see
ult do
that
we
in
see out of
combination
Chronicle?
with
Or
what
if
you
we
just said, them
see any
pushing back
ults?
the
That
chamber
is
on drop
5
already.
players here. We need to. Oh, we're just sending it.
Early rolling
Okay.
thunder.
It's popped his
I
Oh,
thought they were gonna try to
plucked out
pitch,
the air.
but Laz
Oh,
just plucks him
no.
out of the sky, and he finds a second. That op was quiet for a while, but
3v5.
comes back
What
to
do we
life
do?
just the right time.
This alpha peak.
Looking for where the third smoke from Fnatic was, because that's an angle you've got
Oof,
to be
unlucky.
worried about. Last with 3 from it.
10 feeling some of the pressure and having to reposition. The spike is out of reach here. I don't know that Fnatic can recover this.
I mean, you'd have to jump up, drop. Yes, it is Leo. Yes, it is Chronicle. Those 2 players, no matter what
30
happens, you
seconds
think they
left.
have a chance, but this looks very unwinnable, and they won't go for it either. Leo's not even opening the door, not prodding, nothing like that. They're just going to save the weapons for the final round of the half. And they are kind of low money. You have to see Durka low, Boaster, Alfear with the only 1.8 that you'd get.
10 seconds left.
Okay.
It would have been rough.
Next round, optional. Oh, he's gonna send a shot
Clear
in
the
the
smoke.
box. No?
Sam?
Knew it.
He will.
Fucking knew it.
Yes, he will. 4
Oh.
for Laz, and you know, we were talking about the financial implications. That rifle going down.
That was
Last
the least important
having
rifle
the
out
game.
of the 2.
Oh,
Sure,
well, having
Leo
a
had
round at least.
3.4K, so he could drop one now, where Chronicle wasn't going to be able to drop anyways. But yeah, you're
What a
right.
weird
Any
camp.
sort of
Oof.
economical value you get. when
Good
it's such
shots
a-
by
I mean,
Laz.
at the end of this, it could be a close half here. Could end up with a 7-5. Absolutely,
It is
you
possible.
looked at moments like that.
It is
Yeah,
very possible.
unexpected too, given how the half started.
And ZETA's gotten Fnatic in a spot where there's no ults online right now. For Fnatic, and you can tell how much they rely on those so frequently.
On the other side of things, Laz is the only one who's close to his. Depp has his online.
How many impactful
Again,
ults
patience
does
from
ZETA
both
have?
sides.
Dap is not that
Such a delicate
impactful.
game
10 kind of
play.
I
impactful.
think Fnatic actually confused about
Laz,
how to
not
approach the
that
situation, given
impactful.
that 10 was in halls at the beginning, given that they did break that dart.
Oh no, the
This is
timing.
bold
That's
too.
a
He
shame.
hasn't shown here.
Did he just spot?
Have we spotted Laz?
That
We
ping
have.
looked real.
That was Alpha, you're pinging that too.
Alpha's watching it.
Oh,
Oh,
One
Alpha.
10.
Alpha saw a pixel and reacted.
And the op at this point has been fired, so they know where he is. Do they push into him or do they rotate away?
Oh, that
they want to
dart.
go.
Good
Dart
stun on
combo with the stun too. They got both players on
Laz.
site right now with that. They're gonna flood those ZETA. Have to be careful.
Yeah, I don't know that they're ready for.
They're
I don't
prepping
know
for
that
a
they
flood,
want to
it seems
flood at
like.
this point. Fnatic haven't fully pushed out for them to take this
Oh.
fight. Now Fnatic pounce ahead of what ZETA's trying to do. The defenses from
Oh.
they're left in shambles. There's nothing left.
Wow.
They just crumble.
Beautiful stuff from Fnatic.
Yeah,
The
they were
freeze
prepping
again.
for a flood,
You
but
know,
then
they went outdoor for
they
about
kind of
20
went out
seconds
too
before
early.
really
It
committing
seems
to
like.
hitting that
At
site.
least
And the
Depp did.
combinations of Yuto were just really nice. Dirk as well getting his ult online. For sure was going to get another one if
Yeah, I
he
don't
didn't pop
know.
it.
I don't know about
Depp
that.
right there in that moment. It's just so nice from this team.
I think that was. I felt that was more like a mistake on Zeta's part rather than anything
Hold it.
spectacular that
Doesn't speak.
Fnatic did.
You know, when you reach out to someone who from
Operation isn't defense.
Yeah, the
Back. They tend to go slow.
Look at this push here against Laz right now.
Ooh.
The
Oh!
stun,
Well,
What
and
the
that's a
fuck?
long range Sheriff wallbang. Off
That's
the
unlucky
turret
from Laz.
contact, and Zeta's going to try to flood back into this, but you've got Leo inside
Leo?
the site.
yeah, it doesn't matter how fast
Nice
you
try.
go. If you're Depp, you're not going to be able to get past him, at least initially. But the second punch of Sugar Zero was enough to clear things out.
Turning it out, and we'll.
Numbers in favor of Fnatic.
Boast is in
albeit
a
slight,
good spot.
But still there.
Oh no! Oh no!
That was well handled. There's 1 HP on the man. 1.
Good shot.
That's
good
all
enough.
it takes for him to go down. But once again, he's
Ooh!
going back and forth. Chronicle.
Dinked him.
Oh my
Leads
god!
him up.
Sloppy peek by
Clean 2K for
Zeta.
Chronicle to get Fnatic the round.
You got a collat. Double
Fnatic
headshot
is
there.
kind of like the
Dinked him
Ogre
through his
Bogdo
teammate.
of
What is that?
Valorant right now, where you kind of have to do, kind of have to have a flawless game.
Okay.
You gotta have to
Coming
play
back
a
through halls,
flawless
he gets
game.
that kill.
You don't want to
Alfred's
get punished
instantly
because
back
they
into space
punish
that they were already controlling.
mistakes
And that was the
so
one thing Zeta
quickly.
needed to do. Once they got that plan off, they needed to regain control of that.
Like this.
And that is a brutal start for Laz to go down.
The mistake of not expecting anyone on site,
I mean, doing a
instantly
great job.
punished. The mistake of peeking together, instantly punished with a double headshot.
Unlucky 10.
Unlucky indeed.
Losing the pistol
There are
now.
very few cases
That
where,
was gonna make things
it is not
incredibly
punished.
difficult to come back from.
like with Bosa and that flank there,
This is
punishing
hard
the
for
mistake of
potentially
not expecting a flank,
Poster to find
but then
something.
Bosa
Maybe an
whiffed.
extra push.
Very
Maybe
few
the-
times that
the
does
just
happen,
getting
though.
the orb is enough there.
We'll see if we see that one again because he got pushed off that angle instantly.
Oh yeah, you already had the must have been a stun or something like that from
Yeah, I
Depp.
think so.
Maybe just some noise for him to back off of.
Or the fault line from Crow. Yeah.
There are
was something
times
with
where
the fault
Fnatic
angle
does
for
fuck
sure.
up though, like committing
So Zeta
way
get what
too
they
hard
want.
to be
They keep Boaster back. They get the orb.
um,
It seems like
pushing
they're
into
gonna go
heaven
hunting
by
a little bit
himself,
more.
not flashing or stunning or
Just falling up in this
kabooming
case.
heaven
Yeah.
at all.
I'd be too mad to see this.
Um,
although
All
if they do
four
go for
players
something like
peeking
that,
the same
they
up
continue to
angle.
explore the map, they're missing an opportunity right now.
Sometimes
You
it
can
is,
see what they can.
sometimes they
There's
are
Alfir alone on this B site, and he doesn't
doing
really have a
very
denial
silly
set up,
things, but
so they
still.
could get the plant down and make this really interesting.
Most of the time it
Both
is
just close
pretty
by,
flawless
so
on
two
the punish
smokes, they're
plays.
pushing the
Oh, careful.
Yeah, I mean, I guess take the fight and see what happens. Lay things out how they may. And it's
That's
gone
right.
2 for 2, but
Spike down,
Alfie are
defender
tipping
spawn.
things back in Fnatic's favor.
Oh!
And he might put the round away by himself. Laz left alone. A 1v3 very quickly
Nice.
turns back, but it does not turn back far enough as Fnatic get another.
Have a good eco there from Zeta.
It was a
I
good
mean,
eco
despite
though. They
things
did a
going pretty
lot of
poor, I'd say,
damage.
on that initial push. Through into their spawn. I mean, they're getting 1-for-1 trades.
What's our
That
buy
could have
looking
worked
like,
out for
boys?
something. But they
Two
lose
people
the
very
spike
poor, but we
eventually.
still
They don't
invest a
really
Vandal.
consider how many players are in spawn, and
We invest a Vandal and another Bulldog.
it could have just fallen flat there. They could have
What is
not
Bosa
gotten
buying?
any more kills, and instead
Or
they
is he
get
saving
3
just for
guns
the
down
rest of
from
the team?
Fnatic. 2 stingers, so not the biggest deal. Fnatic's the masters of manipulating the economy in situations like this. Light armor all the way down, Bulldogs,
Oh,
Guardians. They can still get a
Phantom
full
Vandal,
next
2
round,
Bulldogs, and
this
2
bonus is
Guardians,
very
right? No,
healthy.
two Bulldogs
I
and
look
1
at that
Guardian
setup.
on
Yeah, there's
Alpha.
no one there, but that would have been a dreadful position to be standing in. You got the fault line you have to deal with, the satchel out from Durka, the dart over the top, and then the flash to clear the second corner.
I mean, now they can just play from the north side.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. And ZETA have no clue that any of that happened as well. So
That's a very good point.
as soon as you see something, Fnatic's going to be able to get a good read. I mean, it's not a complete information game from them, right? They still don't know which site they're going to hit. But you can focus much more on these individual chokes at the A side, and there's only one to get into on B.
Yeah, I think even then, you're right. You've eliminated half of the map at this point if you're Fnatic. Northern side, really not a concern. You just invest everything into the southern side, and they're going to find out very soon that it's going to have to be the A southern side if they want to establish some control. 'Cause that's exactly where ZETA
Can
are
Alpha
headed.
do
See a
anything?
little bit of utility from Alpha here early on, keeping it back. The orbital strike is
Oh,
early.
wait, what?
Do they funnel behind it, or
No,
are
that's
they
not
even
ours.
able to get through? Depth's already fallen.
That is
Look at the
ballsy. Also,
options
Alpha
that
got
allow
one?
Alpha here to play
How
it
the
from
fuck?
drop there instead of actually staying
Oh,
on site.
not expecting
Avoids
that
the orbital
angle.
strike completely, and sees it
Good
go down,
kaboom.
Crow.
Did some damage.
That was
Nice.
close. He does eventually. It was a bit delayed.
Did some damage, close out the
He does
kill.
fall.
Leo on the flank as well.
Laz is not down, so that
Trip though to cover.
Trip
but
is
given where he's
useless.
standing right now, it's
But
not
he
gonna matter.
might-
If
he's
down,
exposed to
dead.
it.
Forget about the
it's
trip.
exposed to it. That is
Not
a
the sideline
that
arm.
is complete misplay.
But they've
Oh.
gotten it to this point. 10 with a massive 2K. And Leo's left alone. Nothing but a Bulldog. 2 shocks and a drone as he upgrades a weapon.
Yeah, he's out. That Molly's going to solidify things. Leo there was not the, the be-all, end-all. He was the guy who was going to allow them to entry into that site by pressuring those players in A
Does
main,
seem
allow
a
them
bit
to cross,
grumpy.
allow
What's
them to start defusing. And he comes a little slow. Enough where Boaster and the rest of Fnatic think they have to commit regardless of whether Leo's timing is good.
That's right. We did damage.
So ZETA, good anti-bonus.
Didn't expect 10, so
They
got
get a good
punished
eco
horribly.
and then a good
Also didn't
anti-bonus.
expect
I mean,
Trooper
winning the
Zero
round
to
here
be peeking that low
is
sliver
very
angle.
nice. And Fnatic in that situation, you actually were looking to maybe save 2 guns. Instead, they only saved 1, so this isn't going to be a completely healthy buy here for them.
Let's take a look at that 2K from 10
See?
once more on
Oh,
your screens
wow.
as we head into the next round. The
Alternates.
Death was talking about it previously. Before the round start, before the map started, excuse me, ZETA's attack side is slow. Historically, relative to the field, they tend to play at a slower pace than everyone else. Now we're going to get to see that really play out. Now that they have full guns, now that it's closer to equal footing, although the buy from Fnatic, a Stinger and a Bulldog.
Laz is completely relying on headhunter bullets, too. No weapon for him.
Oh, wow.
And that kind of evens the playing field here, because
Yeah, in a
Chronicle,
way.
with that Stinger, like you just mentioned, this is what I was talking about just saving 1 gun. But they do still have the ult advantage. Crow picking up that orb, gets his Rolling Thunder online. You really, I mean, you've seen in the meta, trying to combo that breach ult with something else has been so
Oh.
key.
What's the combo?
There's nothing.
No? There's no combo with it. They
Oh,
continue to go
wow.
forward.
Who stunned that? Who the fuck's done
Unfortunately,
that?
Spawn gets denied.
Speak up. Who stunned that?
Yeah, 10 falling there.
Who
It
cucked
wasn't
my
off
boy
the
Depp?
fault line. He may have been hit by the Rolling Thunder. Either way, he's dead. Alfie are a little bit weak, but has that lockdown. As you see a punch coming in from the southern
Oh,
side,
what a
Laz
shot.
is gonna have to get
Oh,
rid of it.
Laz
He
gets
can while he
two.
can.
Nasty.
Lots of drop behind him. Sugar
Okay,
Zero
crazy
falling.
swing.
Zep left alone. The spike was planted.
Let's see
But
what
Fnatic
let's
have
see what
so much
Chronicle
as far
can
as
do
their
with
throw.
that Stinger.
Grenade at his feet.
Oh.
Way too many targets to deal with.
Oh,
None
Depp.
of them found. Durka with 3 and
It
Fnatic
wasn't
with
that
11.
died. It was 10.
Fnatic was actually caught off guard there. Durka thought that nade was going to hold that
I'm
smoke
guessing.
entirely.
Was it? It was 10,
He definitely
right?
could have got
I
that
stunned.
spray down.
Yeah.
Where Chronicle would have been a couple seconds late to
Yep.
peek that.
I mean, he dealt damage on both. On both Durka and Boaster. Didn't get either, yeah.
But at this point, Doug, I mean, ZETA,
In this, I really don't.
Dev
I
looks
think
calm.
it's been, this is very clear factors. So, I mean, every single orb is accessible, and there's 4 of them. It makes this ult game so
Chronicle
interesting.
is
Fnatic
having a
excelling at
stinker of
that.
a game, but still, that doesn't
And on
matter.
top of that as well, they're able to work without them. in
Wonder
this
who stopped
situation.
playing CS. I
Deal
said
with
that
the
was last
protocols
time,
from
but
ZETA.
still, I still
Fast
wonder.
execute coming here. Insta-molly up towards tower. We've seen this so many times on the international stage. Just to get Depp a potential pick on Alfir.
But the alarm about Sarah and Alfier's got
And Alfier's playing inside the
He's
smoke.
on the other side of the brim smoke.
Dude, and he knows everything that's going on. This was a fake the entire time.
Yep.
And now he's
what
reaching
a
the two
fucking
players that
fake
were
pick.
actually sending the fake, and they're going to realize real quick what's going on with this plant going down.
Oh,
A
pushing
good
Leo?
attempt here,
I don't know about that.
but now you see
Not very
desperation.
wise.
I mean, the cost
What
of that
gun
fake-
did Laz have?
Attempt here. Quick, what's going on with this
A
plant going
Vandal.
down?
Not a Vandal.
A good attempt here,
I mean,
but now you see desperation.
well, I guess you just have
I mean,
to
the
respect
cost of
it.
that fake was so great. They're gonna get flawless. I'm really just hoping I don't jinx it at this point.
Nice.
All good.
Doug
Alfier
always
gets
jinxes
three. Fnatic
things,
and another
man.
Prime Gaming flawless comes through, and
What
there's
I
no
got
idea
doing, bro?
on the other side of it, and you're seeing Zeta reach into their playbook a little bit, draw up something different. But another
Oh,
instance
yeah,
in which
no.
it feels like Fnatic is just two steps ahead.
Hard time
Again,
deals
I talked
over
a little bit about
Turkers.
how
That's surprising.
Zeta's approach has been somewhat readable. I don't want to say the entire thing has been. I especially on that defense half, you saw a lot of Fnatic.
Wasn't that a
struggling
save round
with
for them?
the
Why
way that
they-
were
why they
playing,
pull?
Given the situation, but here, right out of the timeout, going
People
for
not
a
save
fake,
properly?
it's not gonna catch. this
Right.
I mean,
team
I understand it
off guard.
was,
Team that checks again.
you know,
over
11,
and over. They're
but
just
still.
like, okay, has this happened? No. All right, let's go for this.
Ah,
right?
no, okay. Playing in for Laz is all.
The reads are kind of just ingrained within the strat book from Fnatic on the get-go.
They're gonna try get Ob. Is
21-7 from Alfier, by the way, as his team finds himself one round away from taking a series lead. You see the
oh
crest.
my
He's
God,
currently-
Leo!
I mean, again, that's such good prep from Fnatic. They
Oh, there's
know.
more.
Ooh.
Durga.
Another drop satchel.
Connects.
Oh, but Alpha
The other
lines
side.
2 up.
I mean, they were done unless Deb can pull off an insane
What can
look
Deb
at
do?
an ace just to keep the map alive.
That
He
1v5.
was teasing him with that peak.
He's gotten two.
And look, Fnatic slowed it down. They don't
Yeah.
want to give it to him.
No, I wouldn't either.
I mean, just give it to him for content, no?
And we're doubled
I
up
don't think
here.
they have anything to
That's
do with
over.
it.
That's game.
And now here,
We'll see most
I
of
think
do some shit.
Tournament. He asked for why. Don't have anything to do with it.
Yep.
Not gonna happen. 13 to
Per
5
expectation.
in favor of Fnatic, and I mean, really, as much as you could possibly ask for. What an opener for a team that's currently pushing to win the Triple Crown for the first time in Valorant
Fnatic
history.
Dynasty.
To look that clean
Dynasty.
at the beginning of
Dynasty.
the tournament. Boy, they just put the world on notice. If they weren't there already, that's a hell of a start.
Spotted the cam.
that's a casual map 1 win here for their opener. And I
The
think
back of
something
the
that we've
jersey
seen
looks
actually- oh
really
my-
nice, but
They
the
almost fell
front
off
of
the
it,
stage.
the front of
And
it
I
looks
think
horrible.
something that we've seen actually, oh my goodness, they almost fell off the stage.
That would
Their
have been
opener.
funny.
And I think something that we've seen actually, oh my goodness,
What
they
happened?
almost fell off the stage. Tokyo, they.
Look, Alpha fucking knocked
I
Bros in
think
the
something
cock.
we've seen from Fnatic is, you know, in Tokyo, they had an insta berth to the playoffs. They had
Yeah,
an insta way to fight for that world.
Alright. Skip to 10 minutes ahead. That's just such a crazy scoreline. Billy,
not getting ahead of
2-0
themselves because everyone is
NRG.
anticipating
That
Fnatic
is
to be the
just
heavy
mind-blowing.
favorites in this event, and that certainly has to weigh on the boys.
Yeah, we're just.
Right,
Shader
let's
here,
take a
so-
look at comp. Yep, typical. Yep, typical. Oh! Is that common? Dap on the Killjoy. And then
They're going with the double set.
just a singular smoke. Oh, we get to see
No, they're complementing this with.
get to see Durka and Leo on their
And on this
favorite character.
To your
Really good.
We didn't get to see any of this in Tokyo.
Gets me about Fnatic is they don't need to change anything.
Reason
man. They've been
being,
running the same comps
just
so many maps for
they just
so
didn't
long,
play
and
the
meanwhile
comp.
everybody's trying to
They
innovate.
didn't play the
We've
map,
got
I mean.
KJ Chamber.
But it
on
is
the other
this is
side
our map.
here.
What's gonna
Going
happen?
back to the optic
A
combo.
huge nade to
But
start
they got
off.
past it. Dude, they thought they
But
had a trap on him.
Not good enough
They
aim.
thought they had him stuck.
Durka is staying back. That's very
It was
surprising.
just a bit late.
Oh,
That
that's
fault line,
stun.
Dirk is actually the one who's going to establish his presence.
Oh my goodness, how deep Boaster's gotten too. That's crazy.
And I don't know that
There's
Depp
3 on
knows.
site. Oh,
They're
Alpha
so
is away
unaware.
enough though.
Yeah, they've taken care of Durka, but as you mentioned,
Oh,
Boaster's
that
behind
double
enemy
peek.
lines,
Beautiful.
and there's no one to check him.
Yeah, and this is going to be the problem here. You need to get stall if you're going to go for a composition like this where you have double sentinel. Where you're going for a Grafwell nade inside of A lobby with the majority of your players.
Yeah.
Laz is going to be,
Nice
I mean,
movement,
if Fnatic
good
gets these
movement.
hits off, he's going to be rotating in this situation so
For
frequently.
both,
Yeah, this
I
won't
mean
be
for
fun. He's
Laz.
going to find himself in that position a lot. You know, to go back to the conversation we were having around Fnatic and how they don't really have to change their comps. And, you know, oftentimes when you see a team at the top, especially in a game like Valorant that's as volatile as it is, you go, oh, the rest
Far
of the pack
too
is hot
away
to trot,
from,
right? Like they're nipping at your heels, they're catching up to you.
Alpha,
Or
yeah.
it feels like, I don't think I've ever called you that on a broadcast before, I'm so sorry. It feels like they're so far ahead that they don't really have to worry about that quite yet. It just seems like there's such a big gap that they're tweaking the small things in their game.
No, for sure. I mean, look at different teams like Loud, for example, the Harbor Viper lovers.
Very good.
Moving away from that, right, to try to find an edge in the meta instead. Fnatic are just improving on the comps that they play so often. I mean, this is a classic C hit we've seen from them over and over. And at this point, yeah, they can start not even showing some of the new stuff that they've been working on.
Yeah, and you know there's something there, right? You know the brain trust of Manny and Boaster and everyone else on that staff. Anders too just recently joined staff again for this run. You know they have stuff prepped, but if you don't have to show it, that's the most ideal of situations.
Here.
Seems like another round that's easily going to go
Oh,
in favor of Fnatic
damage?
here.
Damage.
You got 3 members from Zeta who are
Wait, that is
seems
damage,
like another
right?
round that's
Yep, it
easily
is.
gonna go in favor of Fnatic
What a
here.
good shot that.
So you got 3 members from Zeta who are posted up in garage, going to try to pop out, try to find some space. Crow does have a
Oh
flash.
my god, Leo's
Pop out, do
intuition.
that, or just die to the spike. It seems like that's what their
Absolutely
goal is here.
mind-blowing.
It's just using his gun as a molly there. Dude, that
Uh-oh,
moment.
uh-oh. We need that
Can't
gun?
get through garage
Oh,
at all.
fuck.
Remember on Fractures, Zeta did a pretty decent job on one of the anti-ecos, not the one where Boaster almost aced.
The other one.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice try
here-
by Depp.
Fnatic survived with 4 of their players alive. That usually isn't even a big deal, but
Yeah.
that's where the snowball starts.
Yep.
That's where you get the same start you got on Fracture. What was it, like
Oh, we
6-0?
might
So,
Ouch.
yeah.
Even though we lost
Before
the
Zeta
gun.
got their first round?
Yeah, it starts in situations like this. Take the buy for Fnatic. 3 rifles, 4 with the Bulldog, and then Boaster's Marshall. Oh, man. Never mind.
Yeah, actually always does that. Takes
Control
the
it.
cheap Marshall on the anti-eco. It's such a good weapon there,
Yeah.
and then goes for a little bit of an upgrade, usually a Bulldog, something like that. But they shuffled a little bit there.
Yeah. They gave the Bulldog to Boaster and
Well,
left the
Durka's
rifle in the
gonna-
hands of Leo.
Yeah.
Jump
Just
dash
leaving
in.
things-
Yep.
Ooh, the smoke missed. Dirk is normally supposed to be
Oh.
dashing up into that. I'm wondering if it's a miss or intentional. But that's the classic Durka pop. They're
Yeah.
going to tap the plant
It's a
and
fake C.
re-rotate through garage. This is real old stuff here from Fnatic.
Depp is in so much trouble, man.
Yeah, he's got everybody on both sides right now.
And nobody around him. Well, he's done well to get the first.
Versus.
Aftershocks can clear him out. He somehow
Nice.
gets the second as Boaster's timing.
Yeah, slow there.
Yeah,
Bit-
just a bit.
Bit whiffy on
That leaves him in
the
a
depth
3v4.
kill, but not whiffy there. That's good.
3v3 now. The potential of a bonus.
I mean, when did
2v3
Boaster
with
have
the
Ferrari
classic
beat
jump
this?
peek.
Arsenal,
Check
come
spawn.
on, man.
We're talking about them getting better, right? Little things like that. Dirk
Good
smoked off.
smoke. Good smoke.
Tucked behind the Astra smoke. Boaster falls. Leo falls too. It's going to be Dirk in a 1v3 if he wants to win this round.
Oh, nice
And
try.
he's not going to pull it off. Laz is on the swing. Xander
Nice
on the
try,
board.
nice
And notably earlier than they were on Fracture.
Absolutely. Quickly in the anti-bonus. And they succeeded at that on that second half of Fracture, but they did lose quite a bit here. Again, Fnatic's going to easily be able to buy up. And here's where, the trouble started for Fnatic. The Aftershock
Yeah,
is
it's a
being
bit of
used
a
for Boaster's basically about to get there. I wonder if that actually slowed him down, but either way,
bit slow, I'd say.
not quite the round how Fnatic drew it up. And remember,
It's okay.
that started
That was our
from
bonus.
2 different instances.
Though we did
Fnatic
buy up a
showing
lot.
somewhere. They started with that B pop and then going into garage after tapping the spike and getting out util from Zeta. Very well.
Seems like
handled.
everyone is
Sorry
making a
about that
lot of
dart.
mistakes this
Almost got a
tournament.
ping off. That would have just killed them both.
And as
Durka did
per
get past some of that early
Fnatic
utility that
fashion,
jumped into main.
Fnatic is making the least
Oh,
amount of
look at this
mistakes.
TP as well from Laz. Starting to see some of
That's
the
what
tech
makes
come
them
out.
the best
Yeah.
in the world. It
And
just
Bosa recalls the star, and
these
that
amount of
gives
mistakes.
Laz the room to get out of there.
Oh, I think he saw it. I think he saw him, maybe on the second or third glance back, but the recalled start to suggest that Durka's passed, but they left him here.
Again, allows Laz to reposition though. That information that he was long is long gone. And Fnatic getting out of here. Durka with the lurk. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. 50 seconds still for Fnatic to make a play. Is Durka going to be the guy, or is it somewhere else on the map right now?
They just removed the trip.
That was from up close, right?
Yeah.
Down sewers. A potential fake going on right now. Durka might try to catch Laz. They're putting stars on C.
Look
the
at
drone
that.
as well, the stun coming through from
is it
Chronicle.
fake?
It's not pulling everybody though.
No, but it did have them get off of their initial positions. 10 might be the only one who didn't move, and my goodness, he's got a judge on the other side of this box.
Laz came backside too, so this hold is still good from Zeta.
The judge might stop it by itself.
Nice.
Just
trade.
one. 13 seconds left. The spike making its way, and you're right, Laz has not moved.
Oh, the flash, team
He's still
flash.
playing on side.
Oh, the flash.
Spike
Oh,
down
Spike
just
still
in the
planted
nick of
though.
time.
If
We
he
need
got
that
that
bomb
kill,
down.
would have ended the round. And now instead, they have
Chronicle.
post-plant positions to play from.
It's gonna take
You
over
wondered if that
sewers.
flash had gone a different way, what position we'd be in, but Fnatic with the advantage. Time on their side.
Can
The
he get the
Laz has
aftershock
gotten
off?
it to
Yes.
half. Yeah,
Oh,
the aftershock's gonna
good
put it off, but
aftershock.
he did get halfway there. Chronicle has fallen.
They have to
3v2
kill
in favor
Chronicle.
of Zeta. Alfir and Leo still up, still trying to make something happen, but it's Laz who cleans it up.
I thought Alpha was
Zeta
still
ties
alive.
it 2.
Good run by
This
Laz.
is the first round all series that I really think Zeta had a good read on the situation the entire time. That's twice now, I would say, actually. Handling that B fake into the C hit last round, and now this C fake in
Now
this A
Laz
hit.
went off for the ult
Wow.
instead.
Fnatic throwing it all at them. And despite some mistakes there from Zeta, I mean, it would have been round over if that team flash didn't come through from heaven on the Laz.
Yep.
He still makes it work though. And nobody from Fnatic following up because there's just not that many bodies in that A hit since everybody else is on the rest of the map. And the first eco for Fnatic. All series long.
It's crazy to say.
And it's still kind of strong too. There's weapons here. There's a Vandal for Leo.
Yeah, there's fight behind this one. Showstopper from 10. Durka
he's dead
tries to
anyway.
get up top. No way!
Are you kidding me?
Big dodge. Oh,
How does he dodge that? I mean,
don't have
10
any
still got
heal
his.
characters.
That thing must have gone through the door, not done any damage to him at all. And it's crazy.
There's
that
spotted 2
nobody
out
else died
3.
There.
They
You
haven't.
thought for sure
had-
full attention was on
They haven't
Durka.
spotted Chronicle yet.
Now we're in such a weird situation. At least 10 was able to get Boaster with the nade.
Laz really pushed up with the what's the
Fnatic
fuck
without
is the
their
thing
leader
called?
right now. Gonna just
The
post up and
ult.
hit
I
this
don't
A side
remember what it's
anyways.
called. Tour de force.
No smokes.
How long? He continues to push.
Game's easier this way to call from, right? When you're dead.
There's a lot of information
Angel
for
doesn't
Zeta.
apply to everybody here.
We'll see
Face
if that's the
the
case in
spike.
this round. Kroos
Now we
fading
know
through
where
the
they
smokes.
are.
Durka's about to pop out on the other side. Finds one with the
Good
Guardian,
pick,
but
good
Devon's
trade,
there on the
though.
counter.
I mean, that space for this plant to go down, that's place for the Rolling
We
Thunder,
do
but
have
they got the
ults.
lockdown to fall into. And there's no more tools here to break that.
You
so-
have ult, can't retrieve any guns.
Oh, and they're falling into Laz. Oh, this is dangerous.
And
Maybe,
now
they've got to
it's
go
a
all the
bait
way
for
out.
Laz.
I mean, there's a little bit of an angle.
And the Gravo coming in too. Leo's in trouble.
Oh, well, I didn't know if he'd expect the second, but the bait of the Sheriff thrown in his lap is going to give it
There's a
away.
dart in
Meanwhile,
the spot.
Sugar Zero tried getting it to half, wasn't able to stick through.
Oh, nice
Leo's
try.
dropped. It's all into Alpha, and he was stuck
Damn.
the entire time.
Nice try, Leo.
Do have to say, though, despite the fact that Zeta win this round, they had to spend some key ults there that would have been
Yeah.
crucial against Fnatic's guns.
What else do
Either
they
way,
use?
I think Fnatic had a massive chance there, so Zeta in
That-
damage control is okay. Yeah, it did go through that
Yeah.
door.
Yeah,
That's
it wasn't that much
crazy.
ults.
But everything else working out for them.
It was just
I mean, that lockdown comes in at the perfect
Hands
time,
off.
and it pushes them right
Mainly.
into Laz's flank. Who expects the flanking chamber with the tour de force?
Oh no, it was also a Dev
Like a
Soul,
classic.
right?
Big stack
Dev
of
Soul,
ults here, though, from
Tenso,
Fnatic.
and Laz.
And they're going for the C hit
Okay.
instantly. Look at this.
Now
All
look at
grouped up,
all of
ready to
our
go.
ults.
Last spotting up. got the
They'll
money
go with the
for it,
judge
but
as a
Fnatic are headed all
secondary.
towards C. You're right.
The flash
Joker's on the
in.
dash out. Blades online, and he's instantly dropped.
Depp is.
I mean, Depp just peeked
Depp
out from
got
behind
good
that smoke with
timing.
nothing behind
That's
it.
fine. He made space for us, and
It's crazy
Chronicle
to
got
me
the
that they're
entry.
executing there without a stun from Chronicle.
What do we have for post plans?
He's able to use it after he's out.
Where are the mollies?
Cosmic
Can't
Divide's
see
going to
them.
allow them to get off site.
Oh. On that rolling
Oh.
thunder.
The Rolling Thunder to
Surprised they
solve them.
invested it as early as they did, but push Zeta back,
Oh, this
push
is
them
Bosa's.
behind that
need to-
Cosmic
we've
Divide
used
once
3
more.
ults
The
so
Sugar Zero,
far.
he just
No,
got
3
a
ults
smoke
if
back
you
so they
count
could smoke off the
Durkers.
spike here. This
We
is still
have
going to be
Leo's
really
ult for
dangerous
post
for
plan.
Fnatic. They all fell off except for Alfir.
You've got Leo with the Hunter's Fury. You've got Boaster who just put a star on the spike too.
Do we have pull? We should
You're
have
going to let him
pull.
get to half here?
No, we
just
pulled, we pulled.
barely.
Just got pulled.
We counted the
A
Mississippis.
dart. Leo with the Hunter's Fury, as
they'll
we
shoot
mentioned,
each
he had
other.
a shock to an
The
Alfir was
flag!
on the pinch.
Oh,
He gets
no.
2. He gets the 3rd.
Ooh.
Leo gets the last, and that's a round for Fnatic.
Damn. Good
Look at the
pinch by
central
Alpha.
utility right now. You see the alarm bot in garage. There's a trip in garage and there's a turret in B. Alfir is able to dodge it all as the KJ is the first pick. Depp fell instantly in this situation. And that
Yeah.
allows Alfir to go
Good
up
of
through
them to
garage.
note that. Note the fact
Avoid
that
the
it was
turret
Depp
that's
that
not
fell.
active. And find the one place where he can sneak his way through. That's ridiculous. It's the first time I'm really coming to terms with the fact that Depp right now has been the guy who's been playing Jet for Zeta throughout Pacific, throughout LCQ as well.
Oh no, oh no.
And he's not unfamiliar with the KJ role, but such a shift from Zeta since LCQ.
It is a weird change.
What do they have here? See Zeta with this light buy, a Bulldog and a Stinger. 10 trying to hold him back with the Sheriff as Derek,
Durka doesn't get first pick.
slips the net.
Not first pick. It doesn't get first peek.
Seems like they're going to want to regress. Meanwhile, Zeta are taking the space that's been afforded to them. It's
Fine.
been allowed to
Durka
them.
still
to-
goes first, though. Understandable.
Alfir
Block and slow.
Key timing there. He just pulled away
No,
his turret.
not quite.
Right as they walk down.
Same thing. Lowest
So
player.
you could put it. Is he really going to invest lockdown here?
He's considering it. You see the dart, you see the flash intended to conceal the info gathering tool
Ooh.
that's there. The alarm bot,
Interesting.
the alarm bot gives him away.
Oh,
They're going to
all
turn
here.
and they're going to fight. But Leo's the first to fall. I mean, they have bit off perhaps a bit too much here. But they continue to
Durka
trample
goes
forward. Durka
exploring.
caught looking the wrong way.
Most is
Creating
reloading
so
out
much space for
middle.
Zeta to take.
Middle,
But
though.
they're resetting. They're taking a step back.
All coming in from spawn now. And that's uncertainty, although Alfir did get that turret up, so they kind of know what's going on in this situation.
I like
Oh,
this
so
from
needs
Zeta,
to
though.
be
They took a
careful.
step back
Heaven.
to allow Crow to heal him all the way back up and take the fight once more. But is that going to be enough?
Nice
Depp has
shot.
already fallen. Oh my gosh, it's not. 10's going to have to 1v3 this to win the round. And with
V2.
20 HP, I just don't know how he
Bosa slip
does.
pass.
Oh, so well done from Boaster.
I mean, look at those smokes,
Oh.
man. Paving his
slip
way
pass. Well done.
out and paving his way right back in. You see him creeping on the other side of his smoke. 10's
Oh,
on the
nice
tap.
try.
He was wise to it, but it's not gotten to half yet. He still has so much he needs to do. It's just a bait,
he
it's
away?
just a fake. It's going to buy some time.
Oh,
No
he
idea
was
where Alfir
fake
was.
confused,
And the
which-
round for Fnatic.
Get the round away.
And that's tough to read there. As the final player, when you see Boaster put both smokes down and continue to play in them, you can tell he's, if you're the last player from Zeta there, you're not really quite sure how the rest of the players are playing. You think he's
Right.
coming from long, given how Boaster's scared to leave short in that instance. It's crazy to me. He's just
Oh.
fighting right now. Gets that double tap right here on the
Line
corner
up.
glass.
Whoa.
It's ridiculous. And the thing is, he has 2 stars there. Nothing is smoked. He's happy to take those engagements.
Crow not
against the
buying shields?
Light buy of Zeta.
Wait, is Crow not buying
Spacing from
shields?
Zeta there wasn't great either.
Wait, Crow? Hello? Where's Crow? He didn't buy
That's what
shields.
happens when you're calling
What?
offense to retake after going for, what was it, a
That's
quadruple
a bit
flank in
silly.
the mid round.
Yeah.
Split coming in here, avoiding the op of Laz as well.
And
Oh,
there's really
shit.
no one here, at least instantly.
Oh my
Durka
God.
gets pinned through the wall, but there's no one playing on site. Zeta are ready to pounce, so they've already rotated. Everyone with the exception of
Nice. Fake from Alpha. We
Laz.
mull
They're
it
not gonna
off.
flood.
Yeah, Alfir are active there. They can't flood given that there was so much pressure on this space right here that they're using that Trailblazer back in
Bit of
through.
Chronicle to check.
This is a
the
spam
dog.
game and Alfir's
What?
just winning everything.
Alpha peeks
He's
ahead
just
of
that
its
good.
death. Well done. And now going for the flank because Depp is
They're
dead.
going to try
No
to pop
killjoy.
through this. But they have to deal with the dart first. Cleared out. Alfir once again on the flank.
Now he
Timing
finds
of
his
it's
own
going to be everything,
timing.
but the truth is, I don't know that ZETA are going to be able to really find enough space to get out
Will
onto
he
the
find
site for the
Laz?
flank to even matter.
No, he won't.
And even if they do, they're pushing right into the teeth of Fnatic, into everything they have set up. Yeah, Laz gets one is a complimentary
Look out
gift, I
here.
guess.
He's behind him.
Laz is ready for it. Oh, he was
Oh,
so
is he
close.
though? Is he though?
Does he push? Does he
Good
dare swing?
flash.
Yes, he
How did
does.
we
Off
flash
the
him?
flash from Chronicle.
Wait, how
Pop
the
is
fuck
down.
did we
That
flash
flash
him?
is through B into their spawn. It's just ridiculous from
Did
Chronicle.
it pop
and
behind
LPA.
him? How? How did we flash
That
him like
synergy
that?
is insane.
This
is
peak
crazy
just
because
ahead of
Alfier
his death.
Twice
Well
there.
done.
He's trying to
Inside
spam
smoke,
through
yeah.
garage at that first point. One of the kills
Yeah,
actually
it
went
popped
for
it
Sugar
behind-
Zero
it
on
popped
that
behind him.
engagement. I think
How
it was
the fuck
actually
did that
favored
happen?
for the Zeta players. But then he's hidden behind the box. They know where he is, and he still gets the kill.
Yeah.
What can you do? It's
It's
the
impressive.
Tokyo
Okay,
form
we'll use
from
this
Alfier
hand.
where it's like,
The P. One
now
sec.
this guy, he just runs through smokes and kills two as Cypher. Yeah, okay. Let him have it.
I don't remember exactly what his final stat line was on the other side of Fracture, but he's already looking to replicate that.
Yep.
As ZETA call a timeout, the Sentinel for Fnatic, 10-3 on the attacking side of Haven, no less. I mean, you expect him to have big numbers performance on the defensive side, given his kid, given his role, but he's just fragging.
Yeah. I think you said it was a quiet, like 20-20 bomb or something like that on
Yeah.
Fracture at
Yeah.
some point during that game. This one doesn't feel like that anymore.
No,
All right,
no,
there's
not at all.
clear, memorable moments, and I think they've actually needed it here because Zeta's putting up a much better fight than on Fracture.
Ow,
You're still
fuck.
thinking about
Ah,
that
shit. Ow.
narrative that Jess was
fucking
talking about,
bumped
where
my
10
knee.
didn't get any of those initial first kills on Fracture. 0-6 on that
Alright,
one. as
let's
the
see
Neon.
this.
Brutal stat line.
He's definitely much better on the Rays. His form at LCQ was crazy. He was so good individually. It's just the decision-making lacking for him. We'll see if he can step it up.
This is
Oh!
just a headhunter. What?
Yo, let me see that shit again.
This is just a headhunter. What?
Yo.
I'm curious how
Oh.
he did that jump because he was super high and he still got taken out. I think he jumped off the little hay bale.
It looked like it hit him in the shoulder.
Why is no one reacting?
Chamber
What the
things.
fuck?
Yeah.
Dead casters,
Yes.
man.
I was concerned too.
What is that
Laz was by
shot?
himself, and yeah, he had the TP to get out, but yeah, I guess that's exactly what he needed. That was all he really.
That was like a
Had
fucking
that instant-
prediction flick.
Meanwhile, for Fnatic, you see how they're posted up right now.
Just beautiful from
Yep.
Alfier. It doesn't actually take it down, though,
Oh.
because it's on top of the box.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was wondering too. They were expecting aggression from Long, and that's where you see Alfier getting a little bit of it. But it was actually Chronicle who was waiting for that, waiting for Laz to take that space, and it never came.
I mean, when you get so much ability to peek both sides of B like that for free, you're easily picking off rotates. I'm surprised Sugar Zero's not placing down stars there. But he has so many already pre-placed, so you can't really dynamically help.
Oh,
There's a grab well, though.
Remember, ZETA are on this light buy here, and you've got them already beginning to crumble. Sugar
Oh,
Zero's
the
the only one
typical
on the other
Sugar
side
Zero
of double
play.
doors, but they've already lost C.
This smoke, are they going to check it? It's so
Oh, we didn't
Oh,
check
no.
it properly. We didn't check
You're
it
absolutely
properly.
right,
No.
it was. But now it's up. Now
Complete
they
misplay.
know.
Oh,
And
Chronicle.
this may be pulled off. Sugar Zero
No,
are definitely the only ones
wait,
up, and they
what?
are. They're
How?
going to pull it off with a light
How did
buy.
not-
With
What?
less than
How
ideal
did not hit
weaponry,
him
a
once?
MasterCard Thrifty to come through for ZETA.
I mean, just genius
Missed
from
it by a
Sugar Zero. That's
pixel.
the type of thing that we know and love from this guy on the international stage. So often you see plays like that. I
Ratty
mean, I call it
plays.
sus because I knew what's going on, but that's actually just a wow.
What?
What?
This is a pretty normal
How
smoke.
did
garage,
Bro
actually.
do that?
You know what's crazy too is they spammed it. They checked him.
Yeah. Just unlucky.
That's
right,
just
that's
so
right.
frustrating as a player.
And they've kept this game very close. We're into the next round already. Nade Gravwell going through a lobby,
No one there.
and we're going fast for that Durka pop on B. It's a classic for Fnatic. But they've never actually gotten the plant down on B. And
No.
it looks like for once it actually would have worked out.
Oh,
Yeah,
bit slow there
Bro.
for
Yep.
Laz.
you mentioned it. He's
Wonder why he
informed.
was unaware.
Man, is he informed. Those Seekers are going to be pulling in right behind them, but Fnatic
Oh.
should have a lot of room to
Think
work
so.
on C.
And they took a lot of time to clear Durka there, but still quickly doing it before the spike goes down. So, oh, Razor to clear actually to try to find
Interesting
Durka
Razor.
instead.
Wait, There are
What
two
is
off
gonna
site.
happen?
Yeah, there are still two on site.
Oh,
But it was
that's right.
blind. They had no idea.
Another Rosa.
I don't know that you're expecting both of them up here on the other side of the Cosmic Divide where you are, where you're posted
Good
up with
peek
10
by
runs.
Leo.
He was ready. It's
Oh,
all, it's all
what?
down to
Just
Alfier
out
and
and
Leo,
dope?
and they're
Oh my gosh.
investing everything into this.
Oh,
on the
no.
other side of the wall, Alfier clothesline. Leo dropped as
Ooh.
well. Depp with 3 and Zeta are going to tie us up.
That's kind of yucky.
What an interesting decision, but I mean,
Yeah, I don't
crazy
know
mind
about
games going on
that.
there with the ults.
I feel like if you're gonna ult there, I feel like you
Fnatic already
hold the
expected it. That's
ult,
why they had
just
two
wait
players
for
on
them to
site still.
peek.
That's why Chronicle and Boaster are posted up backside, knowing they can't play full retake
Yeah,
for long.
it's kind
Or
of
post-plant for
a
long.
misplay there, I'd
And
say.
it hurts them though, because the Razor comes through, and then you really don't have the tools
Yeah,
if you lose those fights
bit
backside.
silly.
I mean, it's
but-
kind of all in there. So Alfier comes up with a pretty
Right.
creative way to try to challenge, but not quite enough. Also, credit to Leo as well. And Zeta to actually be on top of Leo, swinging through that wall so fast and proactively.
Hey.
We're all tied
Zeta
up still here.
actually. They didn't react.
Certainly not what I was expecting
They
to
didn't
say,
expect it.
given the situation, but Sugar Zero once again playing in the
Nice.
smokes, and this time Leo's not missing that spam.
I mean, he's so good. They got the lockdown out with 1:30 on the
Yeah.
clock.
I mean, so far ahead of schedule. Such a reactive
Can we
pull
get
of the
Auburn
trigger from
Chronicle?
Zeta.
Auburn Chronicle or
I mean, they
Auburn Leo?
definitely didn't want that spike to go down. They didn't want to retake. They didn't have the tools for it, I guess, in this instance. They've been relying a lot on some ults when they actually win those C retakes.
Leo's on 6-6.
Not all the time.
Leo. Chronicle's on
Derek Pop still looks
6-6-6 right
active.
now.
Look at this Molly, actually, to counteract it. He doesn't have the dash or updraft, as he already went for that C execute, so not actually going to be used, but can't deny the
Molly's gonna
plant
be
still.
popped.
Cool idea, nonetheless.
Now they
Fall
are.
line to clears for Durka to fight, take some space.
Oh,
the
that's-
teleport
Broke
cleared out.
Laz's
That's
CP.
interesting. That teleport should tell you exactly what Laz is doing, so Alfier should be ready for this peak.
Alpha ready for this
Expecting
week.
some aggression from C-Link.
You're gonna get spammed out.
Meanwhile,
No.
Depp is going to try to take some space through double doors and look at Alpha. In such a good spot.
Does Step actually explore further?
In a
or is
position
he
to
just gonna
spoil.
hold this?
While 10 creeps forward, and there it is. There's
Nope,
a spoiler
not
play. They're
expecting
going to
it.
invest a rolling thunder.
Trade
It doesn't
on
seem like they're
the
going to push behind it
Bosa,
because
well
they don't
done.
really have to.
Now Laz saves because
I mean, Boaster was
he
up
has
close
not.
with the judge. They spent so much time to, cautiously take him out, but it didn't really even matter if he went down because Chronicle was holding that breach ult the entire time.
Yeah.
On any of the swings that happened, if they swung on Alfier, if they swung on Boaster up close, both were going to get breach ulted.
I think they're trying to
good.
hunt and get this weapon out of the hands of Zeta. Laz still has the op. It's actually Crow
Nice.
that's going to be found, so Laz will be safe. That's going to get carried over.
Last
Yeah, but
round before
I
the
don't
switch.
think you can really drop there. Yeah, 2.7K. So taking one weapon out there at the end. It's not the op, sure, but
That's
going in this
meaningful.
last round, yeah, you're going to have like a judge investment here out of 10. It's been a close game. A very close map. I think we're still getting whiplash from the fact that Fracture was so dominant
There's
from
going to be
Fnatic.
there's going to be an early peak, and I wonder if Alfier is going to challenge on this.
He's been very fast up mid, so I wouldn't be surprised, but it's so often you see this turret just put down. And after that shot, it's crazy to see him swing wide.
Look at that defensive setup. All that Killjoy utility for Zeta towards A. And I actually wondered who was going to try to be farming these orbs, and it was Fnatic who got the Hunter's Fury online. Op still in the hands of Laz. And there's just no challenge that way.
Cutting
So you want to hear
noise.
from Fnatic.
Yeah,
It
I
feels like
assume
it's
we're
all
gonna
about
go
timing
for
and making
another
the
8
Chronicles
hit.
fault line back up and
Waiting
Leo's
to
dart back up,
rotate off
combining it with
like
his
Crow
ult.
and Sugar Zero.
The crazy thing is they're Crow. I mean, this
That
this
was a
util
check.
here on A is crazy.
did-
That
we did
flash.
find the
Fnatic were hiding from
util.
all of it. 10 stun.
Nice.
I
That's
thought
a
they
good
didn't check
pick.
it, but man, there it is. Now that Hunter's Fury out, you see
Oh,
the
and now
system.
all that
all that
utility
KJ
is
util
useless.
down.
I mean, it's all
Fuck
gone.
it off. Yep.
It's still littering the site, but it's completely ineffective.
careful of Sugar
Zero
Zero.
has been trying to make a play, and he does on a Chronicle. The spike sitting on the ground now. As Leo
Oh,
tries to go
Durka
behind it,
gets
Zeta
picked
trying
off.
to keep Fnatic back.
30 seconds
And
left.
so far, so good.
Nice pick on Laz.
Alfier
Cannot
again.
be
Leo got
open.
the
We're
spike
gonna
too.
go
He's
see.
out of
Have
there.
to go see.
The question is, how far up does Alfier go? He's picked up the op, and they're going to go C? Alfier still has 2 nanos.
This is pretty awesome here, though. He's on that long angle. And now,
No way.
that dog should have heard him fall back there. But look at the flank as well coming in. Leo does get a spawn plant. It's not the best spawn plant, but it is definitely one. Alpha, you can peek that from that little corner.
Leo's dart just came up. Patience here. There is a member playing down long at Sugar Zero, and you're right, there it is, the op, the peek out. Oof, that flick just a bit short.
Oh, the 2 mollies you were mentioning too coming into effect right now.
He still has a dart, he's still holding it. He knows where one is, but
Oh,
no real idea where the other is now. Position given away. Oh gosh, Crow can pull this off. 2 bullets, so is it gonna be enough? Leo repositioning, playing up in plat, time is short. He's gotten it down to 1, he's gonna push forward with the shot.
Nice, Leo!
Lands the shots.
Leo, the clutch player.
Full clutch.
Nice, good shit.
It's perfectly played from the two.
Too
of
many
them.
missed shots there. There's been so
As we
many
head into halftime, this is
uncharacteristic
just crazy
uncharacteristic
from Leo.
misses with the op
What a
and
1v2.
the
timing there, Sugar Zero
this tournament.
desperately trying to get on
Seems
to
like
half as he jumps through
every
that
game
shorty.
with a
just needed
raise
to. That
and
was- you're
an op
right.
player
Hail
has
Mary
been
type beat.
misses.
In a position
the
like that, you
misses.
can see Leo's expression, or well, the lack thereof, in a close.
For you.
Both wearing the wrong much.
この皆さん、朝早くから皆さん一緒に頑張っていきましょう。ゼータファイティング。
ZETA fighting.
That's it, baby. Let's send it back over.
Zeta fighting indeed. They find themselves down 2 rounds, but now the attacking side on
Gambate.
Haven, which should be a bit more
Let's
favored.
go.
Follow, we'll see what Zeta can do here as they're all bunched up towards A currently.
EMEA
It's
number
going to be
1.
tough as you already see this aggression from Fnatic go down mid. Yes, bunched up by A, and the timing from Sugar Zero is he just barely misses.
Push. Is Nuka
Unreal.
joining them?
And with all that
What can
said,
Alpha do?
none of the
What gun
Sentinel
does Alpha
util is
have?
up. It's
Like
Till
Ghost.
Sewers.
Okay, let's see.
So
Let's see
right
this.
now, Boasters might have a clean peek onto Crow, who's going to be the last player in. He has the spike, guys.
Meanwhile,
Ball
Fnatic
player
have
flank.
everything. If they
Wow.
get suspicion of where they are, Chronicle can drop a fault line, and this could be disaster.
And I wonder as well, okay, they broke that trip immediately.
So now they know. Oh,
Now
maybe it was
another
cleared.
alarm bot
They just
goes
dropped
down.
another. You see this double Sentinel comp on the attacking side and all the layers that it has, the varying degrees of protection that it can offer.
They're going to have to flip into spawn here. Outfield's going to be able to hold on to that.
He's
Durka
gonna-
falls, actually.
And
You
he's
tried
gonna have
that.
to.
Yep, there you go.
Depth traded, now down. Alpha still so healthy from up in heaven. And, I mean, they're not even really going to give him a chance to take the fight. Laz choosing not to pull the trigger, unaware. But he does with
Oh,
the
good
frenzy. Now the
positioning
head
by
on
Laz.
play. He's going to have to get
Oh,
3.
but all the
and he
gunfights
cannot.
go in the way
it's
of
Leo who does.
Boaster.
Boaster on the
Not
defuse and
Boaster,
Fnatic with A.
Fnatic.
And that's all 4 pistols so far for Fnatic as well.
Wow.
They put such an emphasis into these. And this one doesn't even feel that special.
No.
I mean, special in terms
Peeked
of
ahead
Leo's
as
ability
well,
to
that
frag
seems
as
like.
always, but my goodness, they just walked down short
Well then,
and caused chaos.
did anyone
for Zeta.
even bite the spike there?
I think one of the key things there is recognizing this comp cannot really take extra space once they go for those executes. I mean, you're playing
Right.
people who are trying to be entrenched in Depp and Laz, and also, you know, playing with the combination of the Astra and the Rays. You want those players to be tucked still, holding positions, playing trap plays, those sorts of things. So once you get the option to flip, you can't really go for it. Forced up here, though, from Zeta.
In a considerable way, too. See the buy.
There.
They've invested
Wow.
everything.
Last forced up by
They did
just
also
buying
flash
thing.
down A to make sure there's no one coming through and then turn their
Is-
sights all
what-
towards B. You see
wait,
the gravity
what-
well,
what
the
what?
nano. And it's actually just 10 who's
Oh,
gotten
was
past.
that-
He's got a
oh,
judge. He's trying to get up close on Durka, and he
Wow,
does.
Jesus.
Oh, this stun's going to punish him,
I
though.
thought it
but
was
gets
that
into the satchel, quick movement.
Laz's thing on
They
top
should
of
know now that there is a little bit more
Alpha's.
bite on the other side of this, but
alarm
Leo's
bot.
Vandal and Chronicle, too. I mean, you
Oh,
thought you
careful,
forced into it,
careful,
and that would be
careful.
enough, but in the face of these rifles, can you make it work?
Oh, we're aware.
It's all
We're
Crow.
aware. Oh my god. Uh-oh.
Does
Uh-oh.
have a little bit
Uh-oh.
of
Nice.
pressure. Woo, almost hit the transfer, almost gets a second. Still wouldn't have
Where's
been
the gun?
enough.
It's a
And
bulldog,
just like
right?
Fracture, a little bit more damage done on that second.
Yeah.
Eco round
Was the
attempt.
bulldog-
This time it was
oh,
a full force,
yeah,
right?
you
They
got
still
the
get that
Guardian.
spike
You got
down
the
so they can
Guardian.
go for the same
Alpha.
sort of punch. We'll see what they choose to do because at this point they need to get back in this before Fnatic start converting. rounds like this and the one coming up, which they're actually having to reinvest a lot. I'm quite certain here the bonus will be canceled now.
Yeah.
But it is an anti-eco kind of, so yeah, it is full. Not even a Stinger bot, just Sheriff's light armor for Zeta. Plus, Leo has his ult at this point because the 2-3Ks that he got.
And going in really fast.
I mean, Durka's
So
so
is
fast on this.
Durka.
Chronicle didn't even fault line to get him in that position.
That
He
is a
just took the
Sheriff
space
on the other
quickly.
side of the smoke.
So he saves that early bit of utility.
Ooh,
Meanwhile,
how?
Alfie is
Where
dropped.
did Alpha? Oh, no,
Alright, the
we're
frenzies are
trolling.
working.
Nice
Gonna be
thing.
able to flip in towards C. Leo's
Lucky.
the only one who's
We
close
do
by
have
currently.
ult,
He's
so
got
you
the
can
Hunter
just
Fury.
play for
He has
retake,
to clear
yeah.
Garage before he's comfortable to do it. And now Crow actually popped his Seekers, so holy shocks.
Oh, Leo
Well, to deny the
signature.
flag, Crow might go down to it. No, I think it missed, actually.
Either way, Spike goes down. Leo still with that ult. Look at how far Zeta are playing back. You've got Depp who's waiting outside double door. Sugar Zero who's playing even further back with the alarm bot to make sure there's no flank coming in through B.
Yeah, but note, it isn't planted for long, so deep positions won't be the greatest here. It's planted default, very safe.
Good
Oh
shot.
my gosh. What a
Good
shot.
clear.
And Leo joining in on the action as
Good
well, and it all
shots.
falls down to one Sheriff with how promising it looked.
Nice. Just clean. Well done.
Leo is.
It was
constantly
dangerous, but we
bailing them out,
managed
man.
to calm it down. Good, that's good.
I mean, this specifically this Haven is not the most perfect game from Fnatic, but I was talking a lot about the strategic difference between them and other teams. And this game,
They
it
definitely
comes
look
down a lot to
beatable.
that individual level. Leo 19-6. Durka,
Both,
meanwhile, 6-13.
Most of us
Adds a little
throwing away his
contribution
guns
to
so we
this
can
round,
get the retrieve
but
the
it's all Leo
Phantom.
this half.
Poor guy's probably never going to play Jet again. Given all the talks we've had about it.
Yeah, he's a raise one trick now.
Late timeout called from Zeta Division. They're down 5 rounds here.
The combat.
I thought that something that we lost is playing of the map with much more presence.
Oh, Doug is having a rough
Map control
game.
comes
Oh,
a lot easier. But that's not even working right now for Zeta. Because Fnatic, multiple times now, they've run down mid, they've run down A lobby, and they're not able to punish the players who are doing some things like that. So we'll have to see where the rest of this comes into. First big gun round here for Zeta.
Yeah, and it's I mean, to say big is probably selling it a bit short. Laz has an op. Durka's already so far up, and again, the fault line has not been invested. It's off of the recalled star that he finds just a little bit of space, but it seems like Laz,
try ult
he doesn't
Leo.
know.
Oh, the spam!
Oh, but 10.
How did he
10
trade
kills.
it back? Nothing found. Only one tag to Laz, and Crow's going to heal him right back up. That is such a good read from Zeta there. I wonder if Durka showed his gun, but he's struggling this game.
And I think there are 2 things here to talk about. Yes, Durka got dropped, but I think also the Hunter's Fury invested. If it was maybe just one, it doesn't feel as bad. But an excellent read by Zeta.
This is still a lot of work being done here from Boaster on this deep push down long C.
He's patient, but how patient will he be?
Solo, though.
Depp's waiting on the other side. Last
Oh!
What a flick.
What a flick, yeah.
Snappy out from the Sentinel.
And this is why Depp was the guy who a lot of people were putting the onus on for Zeta to do well in this tournament.
Oh, Alfier's really far ahead of everything here. He used the timing
gets
from the
first
nano
pick.
to take some space.
Oh,
and he
that
tried
satchel.
getting
Well
a second,
done.
but only one was found.
A great satchel from 10, though.
We're trying to flood.
Chronicle and
What
Leo,
is
the
happening
2
here?
controller, or the true initiators, excuse me.
Good pick.
One found, the second trying to snap on it, not doing so. That aftershot's
Oh,
not going to
that's
feel
a-
good,
that's
but the
a bit
timing
ahead
from
of it.
Laz on the swing
That's
is
a bit ahead of
great.
it. Ah, you can aftershock and just back up. I think we got that. That's right.
Not much found from
Unlucky.
Fnatic there on that early aggression, and Zeta
A bit too eager.
does such a
on
great
there.
job to handle everything. I think that flick from Depp is just so crucial.
What?
It was last spotted something,
Yeah,
and they called it out.
I saw a ping on the minimap, you're right.
And as well, when you see that recall, everything like that, that's definitely a read that can be made. That's somewhere where you can frequently spam and find
Yeah, how come mismaps never happen?
working Reynas in most cases, but here Durka
It's the
trying to be
DRX champ.
cheeky. But he's
Never
got the
get a
op
chance
online
to do it.
now able to take a fight against Laz. He's going aggressive still.
Well, it's all set up off of
Oh,
Leo.
there it
Well
is.
timed. I thought he was going to get caught with his pants down, but no.
And both
Here's
Astros
Turco at the
recalling
end of the
stars
day.
there for everybody to fall off on. In those moments, you know, there's been a killing field that must be evacuated.
We're going to get a little op battle, are we? Dirk is weak. The flash to give Laz the angle. Does he dare re-peek?
Surely not.
He's considering it, but he takes a
he's
safer
not.
angle here.
Channel Kong Kong here.
Yeah, just swing out.
Another star onto him. It's interesting because you would expect Laz to want to be taking these fights.
I mean, he's posted up for it. That Trailblazers, I don't know if that's going to reach far enough.
Oh,
missed
no.
Never mind, it certainly does.
Those things go far, man.
Yeah, they
Way
do,
farther
bro.
than you expect. Another recall from Sugar Zero. He has 2 stars ready for this execute. But that means there's not a
Turco does
grab
have
well,
the
there's no
angle here,
stun,
though.
which are necessary to deal with both Durka and Leo on this site. With
30
Chronicle as
seconds
well
left.
coming in, he has fault line, everything. There's
got
no
everything.
go here. 25 seconds, they've got to commit.
Well, this is comfort zone for Zeta, though. They like to burn the
Oh,
clock.
Laz wins that with a jump peek? No
What?
way.
We're going to have to take a look at that one more time.
Yeah, but look at this. No, there's still no time here.
Yeah, the
No
spike
time.
is still not
Why?
out.
This is...
Leo's able to provide a little bit of cover
Oh,
and buy
no.
some time, but they're going to crumble. Can Alphair do this on his own? He's gotten the first. He's got a stop.
Oh!
Alphair with a massive Red Bull clutch for Fnatic.
Oh my god, that was so snappy.
Alphair does it again.
Through the window. Down
Let's
onto
see
Sucker.
that shit again,
And
man.
he does it sideways. This is just crazy.
Oh!
And Crow had to commit to that plant.
Yeah, he had no choice.
I mean, he could have got off and got the final kill, but
that's so
Barely
risky.
Any reactions? Oh, come on, there it is.
the duality
Wow.
of Mini there.
Yeah.
Wow!
Mini's a coach who just, you could tell over and over, demands perfection from his team. So despite winning around, you're going to get frustrated when things aren't going their way. That one definitely looked lost. And then you have heroics that he can't help but celebrate too.
No, it is that coaching philosophy that leads to dynasties, though. And Fnatic are looking to get past Zeta to continue to cement theirs. Shot from Dirk. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's going to get
What
away
is
with
this?
the
What
second.
is this out battle?
He picks the third time.
And that's
Look at
Dirk
Dirk laughing on the
Turco's
camera.
laughing.
They were playing whack-a-mole.
Laz has the much better angle there.
It's funny.
But Durka
Turco
is
didn't
just
cry
sitting in
once.
that when he really
yeah.
can't even see the head of Laz, and now he repositions
Oh.
the jump spots to get Laz on the angle.
Good. Oh wow, it's fucking
10 doesn't do it well enough,
fast,
so-
man. That was snappy.
I
Uh-oh.
don't remember how many shots Laz has left. What, 2?
2, yeah.
We were robbed of this
Oh.
duel initially, but we're
Nice
going to
shot
get
to
this time, and
dick.
Turco wins it out.
30 seconds left.
Nabosa has
Those two.
Great
now that we've
positioning.
had head-to-head battles between them. This is perfect for
we
Boaster.
clear, we clear.
Just so well placed, so
Oh!
well timed.
Dude, there's
Look
a-
at
Look
that
at them
good-
playing
there's a
together.
stun.
It's so
Everything.
beautiful to watch.
There's a peak.
You see that double
Now it's a
initiator
solo
comp just
peek.
being
Now
so
it's a double
good.
peek.
Because what
Almost
do
a
you do in
triple, but the
situations
other-
like
Yeah.
that? It just feels like you're being bullied.
It's not something that everybody can do, though. I mean, it's double
that's true.
initiator, sure, but it's Chronicle and Leo as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point.
Leo might be the best initiator util player in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
I would say easily.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure.
And Chronicle might be second best in the world. It's moments like that that you appreciate. And other teams are really starting to, you know, get up there with that sort of combination. But here it is. Match point now for Fnatic in their opening game.
5 of the last 6 for the Masters
Whoa.
champions. Another duel, another win for Durka.
Oh,
He gets the second.
Durka. Give him an up
10
and he
was trying to
just
take
fucking
off and satchel his way
rolls.
forward, but he never had a chance.
You can hear that satchel ticking away.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Chen-
cheering for an ace? There's only been 2 kills.
I respect it, though. I respect it.
That's me in my rank games for real.
That lockdown going to buy a little bit of time, but it really didn't push Fnatic back very much at all. He's got the blades.
Well,
This
did he
might
go
be
for
where he
it?
goes for
Let's
it. He's
see.
gonna get
Let's
some
see
high
this.
ground.
He's waiting for the util here from Leo.
And Chronicle. What is it? Cosmic Divide gonna push them back. He tries to get up high. Is there anyone who dares show
That's
ahead?
one.
Durka with 3. Now you chant. Now you ask for it. Durka looking for it all. He's gonna have to push past the Cosmic Divide.
Oh, ladies!
Fifth. The faithful shall be rewarded. Fnatic take down ZETA.
Now that's hype, baby.
What a way to end it.
Let's go. It's Durkin. No time.
It's Durkin time. Look at him go.
Let's go.
Just a ridiculous showing from Fnatic that
That's
entire
fucking
way
fun.
through.
Now that's good. That's a good crowd. That's
And
a
at
fucking
the end
good
of the
crowd.
day, it does look like domination.
Yup.
And that's what you expect coming into this series, no matter what ZETA looks like. No matter what, whether they look like LCQ form, whether they look like Reykjavik form, the best ZETA's ever played, you still expect that on that stage. It's starting to heat up, man.
And the nice
All
thing
right.
is, it's actually the desk who's going to break down
this.
some of those things that you were just alluding to. So, what do you guys
GG
think? Was
time.
that the best Fnatic we've seen yet, or what?
Oh, what a question, Doug.
Desk, yes,
Hey,
we're ready to get back
Tom
into
and
another
Mitch.
foot game. This time
Tom,
up
Mitch, and
against
Tom.
EG, and what a spectacular matchup we should have in front of us, Tom.
Yeah, the thing is, when we came into this one, we looked at this group here, picked the fair. So EG,
This should be
Well,
very
quite a treat
favored
for this
towards
squad.
EG.
FUT with the biggest matchup so far in their careers. And I mean, looking at EG on home turf as well, we'll see how this match unfolds. But it's an uphill battle for the side of FUT, beginning on the attack and looking for some control. They've destroyed the turret, but they've got their sights set on A.
Viper Wall making
Oh,
things a little bit more
Demon
awkward.
One
While
instantly
Demon
dead.
1
Oh,
has just
no.
met the Turkish aim. First bullet straight to the head as they look to swarm in onto Jorgamo.
nice try, nice
Almost
try.
manages to get a double straight off the bat. He is going to be a menace throughout this match on the A site.
And 1 for
But for
1.
now, at least, it is going to be the advantage in the favor of FUT. A quick retake being attempted, though.
That's right
Just
back
trying to
home.
annoy them. Some damage done.
Oh,
Boostio
how did
able to
Boostio
catch
find that?
Explosion goes out
Oh,
for a
nice
bit
try.
more. That double might just give them a fighting chance in this. With low HP on Ada Captain, the round might
Oh.
just be theirs, and seconds later it is locked in for EG, America's
Well done.
#1. You've already seen America struggle today, Tom. The eyes are certainly on the evil geniuses.
Yeah, one of the things I really
Where
want to
was
highlight
EG,
as well is the
EG?
last
Where was,
time we actually saw Boostio play a Killjoy
NRG
versus
was
FUT.
the second
He got
seed?
35 kills. So he had a pretty good game. So that's definitely going to be someone we have to keep an eye on. I also want to watch the way that EG are actually going to work, because one of the things I feel like T1 really suffered with on this map
Boostio
in
is
particular
the
was
only
respecting
Killjoy
the
that would
utility of
fucking
FUT a little bit too
buy
much.
share
Not
first
baiting out a
round.
lot of it early on. So, for example, we saw retakes where FUT still had 3 of those brim
Yep.
smokes. You know, okay, but that's just madness. I don't think EG are going to fall for that same sort of trap, as they are always very good at reading into their opponents. Props to Potter for that one. But for now, at least, we're going to look at FUT with a minuter of our investment. A few pistols, nothing much more. And on the other side, well, a pretty healthy buy.
Yeah, some challenges for EG if they want to take pacier attack rounds, but here on the defense, they're not afraid to put a little bit of that aggression out. Already grabbing the orb up on A long, some good control on the back of it, but they have given up a lot of control around here. The water wide open, and FUT are feeling it out, grabbing all of that control. Thing is, still a decent run
Same
from
working
here
from there.
towards either one of the sites. There's players in between them. Calm.
That's
I
right.
like the idea. Spamming
Yeah.
on the back of the turret contact. It won't get them anything though.
Yeah,
It's,
the
it is
screen is basically
rough.
just used to try and make things more awkward for the player fighting around that angle, and you're not going to want to play close when you're up
Should be a
against
blender.
these
That's
pistols.
one.
Com, though, very good at just
Boostio
taking
with
that
the
initial
sheriff
fight,
again.
fading away, not over-facing. He has support from Boostio as well, and not giving any real
Nice,
1v1
Boostio.
fights.
Uh-oh.
They are cleaning things up. It's only going to be the pistol lost, and for Kiwi, 8 HP.
Just
Definitely
play
not
time.
the gun
Never
of choice,
mind.
and as he
Picks up
tries to
the
pick up the other,
gun
he
for
will
that.
fall as well. Very clean from the side of
We grab
EG.
Sheriff
Only a
for Boostio,
Sheriff
we did.
lost and nothing more.
Yeah, I mean, that is a textbook follow-up round. The fact that they chose right away to give up the control around mid, knowing FUT would want to poke and prod for it. They don't fight in art. No one
Boostio
gets
just
caught
gets
out of
the
position.
Sheriff. Oh, never mind.
And
Gets the Bulldog,
consistently,
and
Calm was
T1
just
goes
taking
for an
shots,
op.
falling back, grabbing his
Interesting,
one,
okay.
and leaving.
Let's see
I love
this.
to see it. Now, this is interesting. Round 3, timer's ticking away, and we're getting towards 0. And there's
He's
still an
keeping that.
op in the hands of Demon 1.
Yeah, so Boostio last round just played the pistol so they could save up this extra cash. I don't know if this is something FUT will necessarily be expecting, but with Demon 1 on the server, I feel like you always have to be that little bit more wary
Again, though, we saw this from the few attack rounds from FUT. They're very happy to take these pacey hits and already walking quite far up towards long. Lucio's going to try and get himself a little bit more aggressive around this corner. That singular smoke place to try and deter them, but Kiwi's going right through it, and he'll find that opener.
Yeah, spotted Bucio on the way through. That's your Killjoy down, a lot of your utility down and out. And already used a Nano Swarm. Now a lot of the weaker weapons are trying to skirmish for this site, and the AWP still miles away. If you lose these other players, you're going to start to think about saving, but Ethan might just have given them a chance. Now they can contemplate fighting for this Kiwi. Incredibly low. 40 HP, a shot out from the AWP. Now they know where Kiwi is. They've got him boxed in, taken down. And Mr. Fallen's on 70. The follow-through round from FUT. This should have been clean. The AWP didn't even play that big of a role, but it might to close it out. It has the angle up top. That smoke soon to fade. And Mr. Fallen left in the open. Good damage done. Jogamo barely holding on to life, but he'll catch the angle up above. Evil Geniuses not giving an inch to FUT.
And what a huge round as well from Ethan. But that's the thing, you look at the initial fights that go the way of FUT. You have the entry coming out of Kiwi, getting into the site. The spam battle really didn't work out for them either. And then Ethan just at the back of site gets 2 kills with the Stinger and allows the time for the rotation of Jorgamo and Demon 1. Big round for him and for FUT. That is an early defeat that they would not have been hoping for. And as we've said, we've seen a lot of very strong defensive hearts as of recent when it comes to Pearl, but you still need to get yourself a little bit of wiggle room, and losing the bonus round is not a good place to be.
Yeah, that's not wiggle room whatsoever. They're certainly going to start to feel boxed in. The one upside, Kiwi has a Blade Storm. Look at this. The fact that Demon 1's holding that, just what's going through their head. Okay, they've got a Blade Storm. How do we deal with it? Let's hold some of those updraft angles. We know he's going to try a nasty play, and he's already tried it. Down to 30 health. Sure, they get control over the B site, but defending it with these kind of weapons is not likely to go well. And with 30 HP on Kiwi, what can you really hope for?
But there's 2 things that they can hope for. One, Blade Storm maybe works out. The other is Mr. Fallen gets a single kill and he has a lockdown. Other than that, there really isn't a lot to play with in this round already. Getting a lot of information, and those knives are going to be gone for the next few seconds. They are slowly just being picked apart one by one. It's looking very easy for the remaining players.
It's a 2v5.
Plant for Moj.
What happens
here? Able to pick off one already. The spam attempting a little bit more, but now Mr. Fallen. Stinger at a distance. Can't really hope for anything. And again, EG are going to make that one look easy. 4 players alive. Finances really growing, and although the time was getting a little bit low, they make it look comfortable.
I feel like
absolutely do. 4 players left alive. This round started out probably about as poorly as you'd expect for what was in it, unless Kiwi was to pick up some quick kills, but they played super passive. They gave them the control, and in the end, they reaped the rewards. Patient play from Evil Geniuses, and 4 rounds to 0. But a buy round coming up for FUT, a lockdown in play on both sides. Could end up just canceling each other out, but I'm looking at Calm just 1 away from grabbing that Hunter's Fury as well. So if he's able to grab an early pick, things could start to look a lot better for them with an immediate counter available.
And it's funny as well. I think Demon 1, its positioning in the early rounds, unlucky. They have gone B the last few. He's been on A. Now he's finally on B. And they are lurking through mid and wrapping around onto A. In fact, Com's position was one almost placed ready for Kiwi as he does wrap back round, potentially looking to go to spawn or even hit into AWP. He's going to be spotted by the drone. I think maybe even caught a little bit off guard by the fact that they are prepared for somebody to be this far forward. And with the remaining players back of sight, even though the ground has been taken for FUT, the value of it, well, it seems like EG's almost given it to them.
Yeah, again, in effect, when they come to pushing the site, because of how passive EG are, they've just given up ours, right? It's not as bad as you might think, because FUT have nowhere to pivot to take that space off. Slightly missing the timing on that right click. The knife caught him. Ability suppressed for just a moment. Spams through, nothing found. Kiwi biding his time as the shock dart lands.
Oh no, that's the shock dart.
Next planter steps up to the plate. We'll see what they can do. A nade on its way, but they haven't accounted for Kiwi. The double up close, the reward found. He's going to fight further into spawn for his third. Still holding control. That lockdown, sure, it presents a serious danger for him. Not so much as the bullets. but he's bought time. He's bought space for his squad now, positioned in Ard and main, and with just one man on the other side, Demon 1.
Let's see what Demon 1 can do.
Seems to be a near
1v3
impossible clutch just with the time on the clock. He has to try to find some kills first. Spotting one player, suspecting the second. Great read on this situation.
Read.
But Maj just falls back,
at least
toying with the timer and winning it out in the end. The first for FUT is found.
Yeah, it just took them a little bit, and well, ultimately
nice
took a huge round out from Kiwi. Someone just going a little bit unchecked around the edges of the smoke, but it's one that we'll wait and see how often he's going to be able to pull off something like that, because it's still a very, very long way to go. Even still, actually starting to look at the finances for FUT. Even just not keeping that one squeaky clean now means that Mr. Fallen is going to be left with just an SMG for this round. So they may have finally found themselves on the board, but the troubles definitely aren't over just yet.
Okay, Mr. Fallen gets countered by a console.
And we saw this recon through in the previous round. This time, it's catching a lot of information. But the follow through, okay, Jogamo's got his second. Here comes the Hunter's Fury.
They just popped out off
tagging them up on the way through, making them a little bit easier to follow up on as Jogamo catches yet another kill.
Nice.
The spike, the last to fall. And a very quick response from EG. They lose a round, and they give them seconds to give it right back.
Yeah, Jogamo's control of aiming is kind of fucking unbeatable right now.
It's a strong lead.
And we managed to get Ethan's ult up as well.
And we've seen this a couple of times, the idea of popping up the flash, following through with the recon as well. Didn't quite net them as much value as this time around, though.
Yeah, this is something that has been spoken about throughout the tournament so far, and that is that every time Con has a Hunter's Fury, he gets value from it. I think normally it's a multi-frag. This time, maybe not so much, but the amount of damage he was able to do, the disarray he was able to cause, and more so, the fact that Jorgamo is such a menace when it comes to this A site.
That's
definitely an issue. Pressure again.
Does he repeat? That is some ballsy gank move.
Hoping to try
I don't know about that.
That extra little bit of damage. Spam trying to deny Kiwi the opportunity to get that operator, and it actually has. I thought he was going to continue that push, but backs away.
Yeah, maybe worried about a second player following through at any moment. I'm not sure, but they've left it on the floor for now. A valuable weapon for this squad. Instead, maybe looking for this.
Now we're going to go
get the Blade Storm online right here and now. Hold the long range angles. You know the op's not in the round. Good idea. Now, last time around, Kiwi wasn't able to get up to all too much. His Blade Storm didn't have quite the same impact as we've seen. His mobility already out of the game. His updraft used up.
We don't have anything to cancel
up and around these smokes anymore, but he doesn't need to be. A lockdown buys them
all
the space.
Wow. Well, there goes
through the smoke. Well, let's add another tally to the counter in the audience. FUT on the back foot now for sure.
But yeah, the Nano was going to buy them back. They are popping everything.
Really ballsy.
So many ults being thrown into the round, and it might not even be enough. The man advantage.
So
going back, but at least Krax has been able to hit a nice shot, giving them an opportunity. The close angle is so important, but Jorgamo still just going strong, leaving two remaining. Both with Sheriffs hiding within this vault.
Oh my god!
Krax has managed to double.
Holy shit!
Comes down to one.
Oh, but Comp touches it out.
Allow the mischievous FUT to get away with anything.
I feel like FUT kind of deserved that. That was nasty by Krax. Holy shit!
It needed to be. If Kiwi was alive, a few more seconds. That stray shot through the smoke doesn't catch him.
Let me see that double again.
Who knows? But 6-1 nonetheless. And despite a little bit of a stumble.
Good shot, just standing on
I don't even know if I want to blame that on them realistically. What can you do about a player hitting shots like that? And we've seen this from Krax in the opening series as well. He was unbelievable. But it's not enough this time.
Yeah, it's a shame. They kind of deserve that.
A lot of their lower, like some of their ultis, Blade Storm, Viper's Pit.
The attack
6-1 time.
Become a bit
makes sense.
Red Bull clutch in the previous round, and for FUT, realizing they're at least going to want priority, but when you lose all of those ults and you don't get a victory, that's more of a problem.
Yeah, that's what it's about, right? Like, they still have the money to buy up here, and the Blade Storm being gone, you won't bat an eye at, but it's the rest of the ultis that went through.
FUT still has 3.
This guy, Boostio, another kill, just spamming through smokes. It's Mr. Fallen to go down this time.
That's one of those
immediate response from FUT. They're quickening the pace. They're moving into the B
Boostio's
side now,
hiding
hidden
in the
here.
smoke.
Still Boostio behind
long
the
will the
smoke.
smoke stay
This
up?
is where he's most deadly.
Oh, it's refresh.
Gonna be blinded up again. The flash through, it's caught him, and they found him, rooted him out. In the meantime, though, Ada Captain deleted in the attempt to plant the spike now. Gonna be run back a couple more seconds. It's down in the open. Has to be retrieved.
That's the thing.
Recon
It
goes
seems
in.
with EG, there's never a man left behind. Such good use of the fragment.
Recon missed though.
You
Why?
can see already
How?
cracks
How even?
on his last lease of life. They're going to have to use the poison orb just to try and give them a spot to plant him, but now the full rotation has come through. The entirety of EG are ready and raring to go, but Kiwis at least even things up for a second.
Tag through the box.
Yeah, and now look at his HP down to 16. Shock Darts hunting down both of these low players. Maj found Kiwi. Has to turn up, only good for the one. Cracks tries to fade away, dodging bullets. Just one needed to take him down. He is so desperately low, and they're coming so close to finding him. The button seen up above, but he doesn't realize it, turning at the last moment. And giving Demon 1 that final kill, that 7th round now locked in for the side of EG.
It just seems like every single time
wow, it's kind
the
of
FUT managed to find a kill, there's a cost fallacy. Like, be it someone getting wallbanged by an operator, a Com diving through the smoke to trade out his teammates, the fragment onto the spike. Like, there's always damage being achieved by EG. Their utility has been sublime, but even just their timing and synergy has been one of the main differences so far in this matchup. 7-1 in the lead over on this defensive side. Again, we're going to be back down to very little. An orbital strike for Ada Captain that's been sitting there for a while.
Even Boostio's death play, he still managed to pop his nanos. Did some damage to the people pushing in smoke. Not much, but still.
Present itself. For now, that's not the case. Slow approach from EG. They even wanted to get a little aggressive to start, but once they see this wall go down, that space taken, they're going to give it up. Play a little bit more passive.
Chip you down before
now up on the corner is suspected. You can see the jump peaks, but now taking the wider angle. Great reading of how this round is breathing out.
Oh, bad timing the flash.
Flash unfortunately caught Maj there as well, so there was no follow through.
Okay, constantly once more. For the rest of FUT, starting to, again, go back to the same take. They've been splitting back through B every single time. Com and Boostio have been having a field day. Again, going to be tagging up the information. Boostio just waiting to swing off his teammates' contact, supportive shot darts, but Ada Captain, he's on the board. But there is the dart straight through.
Good dart.
Com's utility has been almost as good as his fragging power throughout this game so far.
Yeah,
unfortunately, he doesn't get assists for his own kills.
Aside from that weird,
what? The wall bang. This site is just
that is a weird wall bang. I don't know how he did hit that shit.
One, but as said, the trade is immediate. This is so clean from EG.
From the first time we saw this guy on the international stage, a man that is calm, 12 and 4 right
aside
now.
from that one time
I've been a
where
big
it
fan
glitched
of
out.
He might have been one of the first players picking up the Odin. That might have been why initially, but his support play and his patience, always a treat to watch. The Demon 1 paired up with him, it's a deadly duo. And even look at the damage, right? Ada Captain found that kill that we saw on the board just seconds ago, but it left him on 55 HP after running through Boostio's Nano Swarm. I think even being tagged through the wall beforehand. At that point, it's an easy fall through when he goes for the plant. And this is the thing, no matter what happens to EG, even when they're losing a player, the dominoes have already started to fall.
As said,
it's so much more. At least in his like recons and shit.
A chance. Demon 1 is going to go back for a
because
little bit
almost every time Leo used the recon, he was placed in a great spot, but always got broken.
Ethan's already on 13, so he's looking to try and beat.
I think there's something that has to do with Com's timing of the recons.
A lot of counter utility
that managed
to try and slow them down. Lockdown even available as well for Boostio if he decides to use it. And Hunter's Fury, as said, Com, he always finds something.
There's Ada Captain.
With the lockdown in tow, Ada Captain has at least found one. Not quite clearing Ethan, but even still, they keep the advantage for a moment.
Neck and neck at least with FUT grabbing the plant. Orbital strike used, so not online. It's just a Blade Storm that's charging.
Oh, Crash shuts him down.
Shot out of the sky by Crash, but there's a response.
2v2.
Com not letting this one slip. They've got to push forward.
FUT is winning on the health side.
Is perhaps Mr. Fallen though. It's revealed moments ago.
Oh.
Putting those pieces
Little
together
tag
for
on
EG.
Calm.
They'll look to peek this one. Oh my god, the damage is incredible. Cracks down to just a
Oh,
sliver of health now.
good
The last
timing
man
on the
standing,
peek.
double peek. And
Damn.
a triple for
Damn, that
As they
timing on
push
the
up to
recon
9,
peak.
this lead
And then the
can't stop
double swing at the
extending
end. Holy
for Evil
shit, they are
Geniuses.
playing a spectacular game.
It's just ridiculous. Another Red Bull clutch, and I feel like we're just going to be brown nosed.
Even when
at this
Fnatic
point,
is
but he
stopping,
even uses
they
the
don't
dart
show
to fake out as his teammate
this many
peeks. It's just
impressive
disgusting.
stuff. Just generally
the synergy
good.
between these players
That's
is
how
just
it is with
unmatched,
Fnatic.
and right now it seems like FUT just can't quite deal with
Whereas
it. Even in the
EG
clutch
is showing a
situations. And
lot
that was one of the
of
things, I
teamwork.
think, in the series versus T1, they won, I think it was 7 1vx's over a very short amount of time, considering the match wasn't very long at all. They're not winning any of them here. 9-1. It is EG's map choice, but this has been a map they were comfortable to play on the FUT side.
EG's map choice and FUT's
what a flash.
side choice.
Yeah.
They wanted to begin on attack, so sure, we can read into it as yesterday we saw their defense, we know that it's strong, no doubt about it. But it's going to have to be real strong if this keeps up, and even then, if it stops right here and now, 9-3 at best on the half, it's a tough scoreline to recover from. For now, patience, again, on display for the side of EG. FUT, this is probably one of the slower attempts. We're going to see them again wrestle for that map control with a minute on the clock, destroy that turret, same thing they've been doing in a lot of these rounds, and then Kiwi goes walkabouts. With the fact that you still have players on either extremity, this isn't a game plan right now. That they're trying to find options.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Every time there's been space left for EG, it's been left intentionally. It's not like there's been any gaps found. That's a big kill, though. Combo
Clean
walkabouts,
shot.
and a captain being able to take him out. Boostio left with absolutely no support. He needs to be a hero here, but he's he's managed to find a couple, of course. The second player cracks can be brought back from the depths,
like
so that's going to take time. And that time gives a moment. Look at Demon 1, he's trying to watch for that exact position. The spam does a lot of damage, and then Ethan finds him anyway.
3v3.
They'll finally get themselves into that afterplant, and for the first time in a while, it looks like a possible round for FUT. But we'll see if they can take
kill through
it.
smoke counter.
I really like that from Ethan, just holding the lineup that whole time, waiting for the res to come through. Hoping to get both. The play out, Ethan no flashes. They got to just dry peek those angles, lose a lot of HP in the process. Demon 1 down low, doesn't stop him from eliminating Maj. Still need to root out Mr. Fallen, who's just swung out wide, looking to take the fights. Lockdown in play, on the way.
No way,
This
right?
needs
No
to
way,
come.
right?
Mr. Fallen, it's being diffused right
Oh, no way, right?
Now the stick, it'll get close, but the
Oh,
detain interrupts.
shit.
Timing everything,
it's
and
over.
that spike is already quite far
That
gone.
is so
And
unlucky.
then Ethan's realizing now, trying to back away, but it was way too late.
Well, I don't think you're going to see a round victory like that too often. A player getting the spike to half. He basically was just hoping his opponent wouldn't peak, but Mr. Fallen played that to perfection. Finally seeing a second round onto the board for FUT.
I wonder if he would have gotten
the Red
it
Bull
if
clutch
he
coming out
didn't
in their
decide to
favor
stick
this
and
time around.
challenge the lockdown.
Nonetheless, it is
I don't
still
think he
an
would have,
absolute
because it was so
mountain
close.
to climb for FUT. This last round is more than a necessity, and well, you mentioned your...
You know, I mean, one of his choices there to lose the round a different way, realistically. Yeah, I think he probably played the only way that he gets away with it.
Yeah.
Just sticking it. Didn't work out. Unlucky. Now you move on to the final round of the half. 9-2 on the scoreline. FUT still possible to push up to 3 to maybe hope for the curse at best.
I think for
this 12th round, FUT much more decisive on where they want to go, feeling out that A pressure. They'll instead look to take it this way. What I talked about Calm earlier, my boy taking out the Odin way back, and he'll make it work again.
Oh my God, Mitch.
They're also triple stacked up on
so much info. So much info. 3 players spotted by the drone.
3? I thought it was 2.
Look at the wraparound from Demon 1. Yeah, the pause. I think just knowing that their opponent has that information, but it means they're slowly being boxed in. Timing here could be everything.
No one's watching it.
Yeah, he's looking back and forth.
No!
I don't know how Moj just managed to get away with that one. And now, Orbital Strike leaves Com dead to rights. Finally, a chance once again.
Ethan gets 2. And Boostio watches back. It's a 1v2 for Jogamo.
The player wrapping back around.
Motherfucker was insane last time.
Again.
Oh, that's one! Oh,
ridiculous, but Moj waking up finally will make this one. We've seen
That's right.
5 kills this time. FUT can have that same defensive half as last time. 3 rounds currently on the board. They managed a 9-3 half versus T1, but they're going to need to, I feel like, step it up to a higher gear. And already, just look at the sheer pace coming out from EG straight down in towards that mid connector.
Yeah, FUT had some pace too, but didn't catch anyone. They're a little late to the party. Now on B long, there's a couple players coming down. Will they even read that? Will there be anyone left alive to read it? Low HP now, stuck in the corner. Demon 1's also being tagged up, but that won't stop.
Demon gets through.
Able to deliver kill after kill. The shutdown is there with a back and forth for FUT, but they're overextending into this, knowing the spike needs to be planted. They try to interrupt it, and they've succeeded. A pistol round for FUT at long last.
Yeah, one that was necessary. It has to be said. If they're going to turn this on its head, they needed to get themselves this pistol round. Definitely a close one, and with the way that Com's been playing, I wouldn't have been surprised if he was able to close that one out. But for this round at least, they're not going to be able to invest too much into it. A few sheriffs, a chance to do a little bit of damage, and on the other side of things, investing into 3 rifles, just trying to make sure that this one isn't going to go astray. A couple of players with the light shields though, so we'll see. Maybe there's a couple of opportunities to capitalize.
Yeah, damage could be done. Not seeing a Marshal or anything in here for the attacking side. Obviously going to be a bit of an issue if you are going for control over B long. Probably going to want to have that long range weapon. Instead, smoking it off, feigning out presence, fighting for orbs. Even some sheriff battles for Boostio. Trying to sneak his way in. And a lot of this round can even just be seeing how FUT like to set up in these initial rounds on their defense. You're catching out where the turret is. Obviously, a different spot to what EG has been putting down on their own defensive side.
This turret here.
But then when it comes down to crunch time,
been found out by EG this time.
You might be diving headfirst into
unlike T1's game where it was never found out there was a turret here all the time.
Out of that grinder. Look at the A side. It's stacked up now because of the feigned
They
control.
only found
went to B first, moved back to A. It looked like a simple enough round. But now as they again shift focus to the B side, they should find this much more open.
Yeah, I like the fact though that FUT are just basically doing exactly the same as we saw from their opponents in the prior half, just sitting very passively, not really giving any opportunities for individual fights, not allowing that close range of the weapon.
Oh,
okay,
what a nasty shot.
See you later, Mr. Farland. And at the back of the site, a firing squad, but they might even try and wrap back around. Demon 1 is trying to hold off those rotations. Not a lot of time for them to get this plant in, though. As it begins, the spam's going to be coming through, but it seems like he's managed to get it. The thing is, though, the full force of FUT is barreling down on this team, and it will be a cleanup in the end. A single kill, a plant for at least a little bit extra, but ultimately we will have a competitive FUT in the next round.
This was the round that was expected, was anticipated. A few curveballs there. I mean, if the clock wasn't so low, maybe you wouldn't have as much of a rotation played out previously, but you wouldn't have seen Demon 1 give up that spot in heaven quite as quickly. Maybe he catches one off guard, and the second he gets a weapon in his hand, everything can flip on its head. This is the round where they will truly fight for it, and just looking at the positions of some of these players on FUT, it looks like they want that aggression up through A main once more.
In order for a curse to happen, they kind of need to win this round.
But really need to win this round. No intention of giving them a fight there.
Early default just being held. A little bit of aggression from the defenders. They're going to get that orbital strike online very early on, and the spam from Mr. Fallen and Moj has at least done a little bit of chip damage. Ultimately, that control has gone the way of EG, though. Not going to allow that push up on one side of the map. And you can see the patience of Boostio just watching for any aggression. Just making sure that there's not going to be any cheeky business, especially in a round like this where it's kind of expected because of the slightly weaker weaponry.
Kiwi's Jiggle Peak will be spotted momentarily. Boostio even goes in for the pre-fire. That could have been very dangerous indeed. I guess the idea being that by showing that presence, he'll fall back. He'll start to concede the control. And instead, he stayed up. Kiwi seeing that no one's coming around that corner, so they'll stay in position. 3 players still on B, lined up in the open. Demon 1 the first to fall. Good tag and follow through. Mr. Fallen already good for 2. And Jalgamo is low. He has to be so cautious and going for those fights.
Careful.
The body was the only target needed, but it won't land.
And that's the thing, because they've managed to go through Art, this is going to be an interesting battle of timing.
Oh, Kiwi.
Kiwi's push-up, if he goes any further, he might catch Jorgamo.
He's going to catch Jorgamo.
And he's spotted him out, the damage is done, but the spike is already hightailing its way in towards the A site. They haven't spotted the players making their way through middle, so if anything, FUT might just believe they have them trapped in, and instead, it's going to have to be the full retake.
And the problem is how much space they've given up. They'll have to take a while on the way back through or risk a player being in a corner that they can't anticipate. Jorgamo's very low. 12 HP on the way around. Better get that turret before it gets you. That came so close with a nano at his feet as well. He's out of there with 6.
Indeed.
Yeah, unfortunately, the aggression of
They would
Boostio
have
has been
noted
punished. This bonus
Jorgamo
round
on
for
this
FUT
art.
is looking good other than the HP. A lot of very
Nice
low
attempt
players.
on,
Ethan already takes the first. The orbital strike will push.
Oh!
But he lands him up.
Is it over? Is it over?
Just Kiwi remaining. He knows where both players
Oh
Excellent
my
damage
god,
on
what
the
a
way
shot.
back. And EG from the depths of hell rise once again. FUT, they look like they have
How
that
did they
one,
get so
but
chipped down? What
somehow
happened? Was it
America's
comp?
#1 strikes once more.
Well, that was a game of inches right there, and unbelievable to see EG taking strides by
How were
miles.
they so chipped down? Wait, actually, I want to go back. Before Com died.
Just believe they have them trapped in, and instead, it's going to have to be the full
Oh,
retake.
they were just...
And the
I don't
problem
know.
is how much space that they before getting out of there with 6.
Yeah,
It was Com.
unfortunately.
So close with a nano at his feet as well, but he's out of
Com
there
got
with
the
6.
right person down.
Unfortunately, the aggression of Boostio has been punished this bonus.
But he's out of there with 6.
Yeah,
Yep.
Came so close with a nano at
has been
Yeah, the
right
one
there,
person that it was
even
above,
they-
and Com
the
got,
spawn
cut them down.
this game. I think he was 4 and 3 and 13 assists.
It would have been
He's
better
now
to get the
16
kill
and
there,
7
but
and
better than
14
nothing.
assists. So his assists have slowed down a little bit. I would say that. But he hasn't really needed to assist anyone. He's been finding all of the frags himself.
Yeah, last few rounds, bad teammate, better player. What can you say? 16th round, FUT have been struggling. And
That
this
was the
bye
way
round-
back in. That was the door
Oh!
opening up for them to have a
Boostio
chance.
stinks
1
one
HP.
health.
Boostio finally losing a spam battle.
Watch, he
Not
gets
through
the
the
kill.
smoke, though. It was through
Yeah.
the door. That's the difference.
He's going to headshot someone through a smoke now. We're all going to look silly.
It's going to be the play. Well, here's ulti popped. Control taken. Straight down towards the B site. Killjoy utility protecting their back, but it does look like they want to commit, at
Ash.
least commit Demon 1 to this. As he seeks out a fight. Maj is forced back. There's a player up above in the form of Mr. Fallen. He's on the edge of the smoke. Hasn't come through just yet. Just spams, that's all he's looking for with his Phantom. No tracers, so good
Anyone
opportunities.
watching Ethan?
Nade out. Oh, Nade is good, and
What?
Maj is even better. The spam's now going in their favor, and it seems like FUT have
bit
found a
ballsy to
foothold
go
on this
for such an
round.
open
Yeah,
plan.
this is where it gets troublesome. You have to try and reposition and find a safe place to plant with all the spams, all
okay,
the different
well,
angles,
we need
every
to stop
player
going for such an
rotating
open
in.
plan.
There just isn't a safe position. They need someone to give them the fights, and well,
Okay.
the 1 HP player from the beginning of the round, it would be the greatest clutch ever. If he somehow wins this one, we're going to be writing it in the
1
history books, but with 15 seconds left, no spike, and all the
Oh,
players
1
just
HP
watching
ace
him,
clutch.
it will be Boostio
10 seconds
just
left.
hiding, cowering back, and holding onto his weapon.
Well, they have an idea where he is, but I think most are too far away to
Well, they
really have a
definitely
chance.
will know now.
You just got to watch that nano.
Oh my god.
It's popped a little bit early. It's not quite going to catch him. And he's managed to
Dangerous.
save that weapon. They didn't. Boostio might have an anti-strike. Big man.
That said, this round in particular, okay, you've got yourself the Blade Storm onto Demon 1. You've got yourself that saved rifle from Boostio, but the rest of the team are going to be left with very little. Maybe if Com gets himself the Hunter's Fury, I'm starting to be a little bit of a believer. As said, he's always good for one at a minimum, but other than that, you kind of expect this one to be more of the same from FUT.
A little bit of a healthy bankroll built up. You know, we saw the flashes up and over from EG defensive side. This is very much how they like to take the control. They'll do the same thing here on the attack. Even the recon through just to clear out those extra angles up behind the boxes. Jorgamo's gone walkabouts in the wrong place. Now, look, there's not a whole lot to play with here for the side of EG. It's going to be Demon 1 that takes your focus.
Nice try.
And it takes
Nice
theirs
try.
as well. But picking him out of the sky, and you can't pick those
Boost
knives
your
back
fine.
up.
That's an alarm bot and a nano.
Boostio now becomes the
main
focus
setup
of this round.
Right.
See how much damage he can possibly achieve. Again, a few tagged players
tucked in
behind the box, but you feel like there'd have to be more of a
time
mistake
on Roger's Molly
from the Turkish roster rather than anything else. They seem acutely aware that this position has been lost, and with the cross being held by Moj, it would mostly come down to awful timing from them, and there it is! That's as bad as timing could get. Mr. Farlin is going to quickly find the trade, and now Ethan is all that's left.
Ethan with a
35
1v3.
second spike to be retrieved.
Can go B, yeah.
The captain
does have the time
back
for it.
and waiting.
Yeah,
no, he
very
doesn't.
patient play like we talked about the other day from FUT. Their discipline definitely being worked on the past couple months.
Gonna get peeked by Kiwi.
The payoff is there. Another round found, well handled. They start to build up on that lead.
Is it
3
a
behind
9
on their defensive side?
verse?
As we said, this is where they found their plethora of rounds before. So the story is starting to add up to a FUT comeback, but this is where EG have a full buy.
Yeah, there's still 3 rounds in the lead, and as you said, this is where the rifles will be coming in for them. Also, that Hunter's Fury online, always a threat, but a lockdown on the other side. It might just have to be used for a counter, and not wanting that coming through in a late round retake. The build-up, though, is going to come in towards the B site, and that's where Kiwi is waiting an instant pop flash just to try and delay them off. The same on the other side, and it's close, but a miss.
Well, Demon 1 hasn't been deterred either. Look, he's just running it down. Trying to take all that space while they hunt down Kiwi.
Well
this
done
guy is
by
ridiculous with the Hunter's Furies. Calm just doesn't miss. With that man down, well, you're not too worried about Kiwi picking up the op and picking you up. They can look towards the B site, and they've at least faded out the lockdown with 1:05 on the clock. They can just wait it out.
Yeah, with 3 players already here, at the solo defender on the A site, EG are just going to pump the brakes. Wait this one out a little bit longer. Operator's actually going to be going back in this time. It's found new hands, new blood in the form of Moj. He's not going to hit the shot either, leaving them in a dicey position. Rifle retrieved, but still,
Kiwi
died just waiting, being delayed by the util on the other side.
30 seconds.
35 seconds left. They're going to have to make a move eventually, not knowing how many players are on the back of that side towards the elbow. Boostio finds the first. That's Moj. They know that Krax was around here, and they'll deal with him. And with that, well, it looks like a pretty easy site take. Not too many players left alive to spam back, and the plant's already being found. Lockdown if things get very scary, but with only 2 players that they're up against.
I don't know.
And the positions that they've got, I mean, all the control is theirs. They can run this clock right the way down.
That's all right.
There you go. Boostio's third seems to lock it in. Nice try by Ada Captain. I don't know where that second kill came from.
Yeah, Ada Captain.
The result is the same. 11 for EG, now 2 away from locking in this match.
Did he kill Demon 1 first and then
Boostio? When it came to the desk yesterday, obviously we were lucky to have Baby Bay here, and he was mentioning the fact that when they were playing this last time, T1 a lot of the time were just going for these really pacey hits and giving them so much util ready for the retake. EG, on the other hand, just very happy to take themselves a pause. Like just stopping within that position and just waiting for anybody to make a mistake. Moj ends up going for a repeak, hoping to try and find something, and then you don't have that same retake capability. And wow, it may have been very
right. Again,
I'm out for last time.
Watching Demon 1 just slowly tracking the head of Boostio with his operator. Doing a little bit of drawing while we wait. They've actually given the operator over to Boostio, making me think this is going to be a much more explosive round, especially considering your opponents have just taken a pause, trying to adapt for your slow pace of round, waiting. Just a burst play into the site might not be something they'll be expecting. Maybe thinking of holding that utility a little bit longer, and already you can see just the instant pop flash setup and that smoke being baited out immediately from the side of Ada Captain. He can't just allow them to burst into that site.
Yeah, I get the sense just looking at EG's setup that they're trying to bait out the push-up on B, right? This whole round, you've got Jogamo. We saw Ada Captain have success with it and failure with it. In the similar position, you make early presence on A, you push up, you give them control, and you hope that they fall into your lap afterwards. But What has happened is they've pushed middle on the side of FUT, taken the control, heard the turret get called back, heard the rotations come through, and should have a good idea
Yeah,
of this B-side play that's about to unfold. But the rotations on their own side
should
have
have
taken a
pretty
little
decent
bit.
idea that they're going to end B.
Actually, it looks like they even thought it was A. They just cleared it out now, realizing it, but the players aren't going to be here on time. This is going to be tough to actually... Well, they're able to wait outside the lockdown, so maybe this will work out. They've got a flanker as well, Maj containing them, who hasn't been spotted just yet.
Is he going to tank it? No.
He was hoping that he'd be able to find one before they get in. The Molotov has
the lockdown
done
didn't
work
do much.
to deny at least a little bit longer, but the site is going to fall into the hands.
That's
Evil
an
geniuses,
easy snap
Captain trying to make a play through, and Maj will be the one to do it instead.
Okay.
The trades back, leave it down to just
1v2.
Boostio. Still with that operator in hand, and he's going to get destroyed by Kiwi. An 8th round onto the board for FUT, a solid hold.
Okay, so how many rounds has EG got?
Of B and 1.
3, right?
This climb back looks
2.
to continue.
Oh yeah,
Luckily,
2.
it-
Right.
I
9.
was going to say there's enough finances, but it still seems like they're going to have to go a little bit lower than they'd like on EG.
Do we see?
Yeah, maybe. There's definitely going to be weaknesses there. I think on the side of FUT last round, really good idea. You can see that they're putting the pieces together as the round goes on. 3-man stack on A. One guy pushed up mid. Hear the rotations. Misread, thinking that it's the A side. But then the fact that Maj, right after I said he hadn't been spotted, he destroyed the alarm bot and went running all the way back around. It puts a sense of urgency in the attacker's boots. They're thinking the flank is coming in. We need to either catch him and adapt or rush the site before those rotations come all the way through. And they end up running right into Maj, who'd very quickly rotated and was there to back up his buddies. It's an 8th round. Building blocks starting to form. That EG want to knock that castle down and leave FUT stranded. Having to reverse sweep it starting on bind. We're going to see the contact on Maj, but he's smoked off. Doesn't really have an opportunity to do anything. Still likes Boostio to 1
It's the
HP.
exact same. He just seems to survive. Oh, Timmy the Turret
so
almost
ballsy.
had. He's been a little bit unlucky. There we go.
He's got it.
Timmy's gone. Not going to be surviving any further in this one. Boostio, he's either the unluckiest or the luckiest. It depends what way you look at it. He's surviving, but only just. The defenders also aren't just sitting there. They're not waiting to lose all of this map control. And a captain starting to push up, but now they start to get pressured from Art through the smoke. They go, though, and it's a good chance for Cracks to farm up a few extra kills. Again, it's Boostio.
I mean, it is an anti-ego.
1v5.
Not
That's how you thought it would
No,
go.
not quite, not quite.
So,
He was almost there.
coming out of this round, I mean, obviously FUT are building up bank. They don't have much of a chance to stumble, really, to catch themselves, but it's the 3 ultis online as well. That Viper's Pit and the Orbital Strike, it could be game changers for this defensive side, and if paced out correctly, might make it most of the way towards equalizing at least. It's been promising these last couple, but again, the rifles come back out for EG.
That's the thing. I feel like, again, similarly, at a captain, slow start, fragging-wise, is coming back into this game. The amount of delay he's able to put in on this A side makes it very difficult for EG to actually take a lot of that space. It seems like the contact from Maj in middle and then the aggression consistently surrounding the map, it makes it very difficult for EG to somewhat find this space. And as of right now, they've struggled to string any rounds together. They're going to use a lot of utility to take control of mid once again. Kiwi, wow, he's going to find himself in a bit of an odd spot. They've used this utility to try and almost section off into mid, but instead he's getting pressured on the other side.
Yeah, and his teammates can't really come out to help just because they're being pressured as well. Kiwi on an island, isolated, you would think,
that is
in
some
trouble.
ballsy
Maj
no-scope.
manages to
Imagine
buy
that.
the time. The Orbital Strike cut off the rest
Oh,
of the squad
no.
and let this man fight from the hallway. He is decimating the EG squad.
My
4 kills
God,
found.
Maj.
And FUT up to double digits now, hot on EG's heels.
Yeah, there's always the
An
question
actual
of when do you start to
SoFi
believe
squad.
that a team is going to be able to turn this one
3-6.
around, and I think we might be
No,
getting to that
7
point right
7-2
about now. 10 rounds on the board,
defense
double digits for FUT.
by
More so,
by
more importantly for me at
FUT.
least, we're seeing those superstars come online. Maj on this defense has again been a menace, the same as last time out,
7-3
just
defense
starting
by FUT. Holy
evidently
shit.
on his weaker side. And EG just slowly, this was 9-3.
Does
They're
EG
watching their
actually
lead
this?
crumble away. A pistol round might have been enough to just close out this game completely.
It would have.
An early shock dart put through to try and destroy Killjoy utility, but it is
We have
more of
one
a
more
ruse than
timeout.
anything else. As
We're
they
just
are
waiting for them to get 11.
3 core just making their way in towards this A site. It's a double up though. They are waiting or being collected by Com. I don't mind that at all. It is impact paramount whenever they have that ult online, but it's still a little bit away. As are all of their ults, in fact. None of their ults are close to being online, other than Com's, which is 3 orbs off.
It's a conventional round. I think we're seeing the stack up towards the A site because Maj has Viper's Pit, the confidence to play with it. Operator holding down B long. So that's just 2 people, 2 places that they've got to hold. And then the rest of the squad waits for the, I guess, what they hope, what they expect to be coming through, which is an A play. They've read it correctly to start. They've got their Killjoy utility in play. Mr. Fallen, Ada Captain, and Cracks all close by. Molly and Fragment to keep them back outside of the nanos. Some of that utility will be countered out, unfortunately, but they've still got the manpower here to take those fights and convincingly close out this round, you would think. Mr. Fallen, very low on HP, still going for fights time. All right, right click onto Jogamo. He's only 5 HP. That'll go 11 to 11. That round wasn't one we thought EG would compete in. They really didn't. But now is their chance to put that round on the board and, well, once again, separate themselves from this FUT squad. It's their bye round, and losing this, Tom, the squad that's been leading the whole game, would then be potentially facing down a 13 to 11 scoreline, a map stolen out from right under their nose.
Yeah, the scary thing as well is after this we then head into Bind, which I don't know if people remember last time out, they were playing a Rainer and a Chamber. It was definitely one of their weirder comps, an attempt to try and catch Fnatic off guard in that grand final that they played in Tokyo, but I assume they will have gone back to the drawing board, otherwise they probably would have just banned it straight out, but to be testing that first time versus a deadly FUT squad, a map down, that would be devastating. And all the way from being 9-3 in the lead, the only round they have won is 18 excluding the bonus, which again, you kind of expect them to be winning the bonus round. The fact is though, they're giving Potter that opportunity. Now guys on the other side is going to have the same opportunity to try and maybe level the minds of the squad, but you are seeing just that depth of FUT. 2 kills between top and bottom, everybody now performing on that other side, and I'm looking at Demon 1. He is someone who we know can take over matches, who can win them rounds on an individual scale. He's sat at the bottom at the moment, not by a lot, but this would be a time for him to have one of those hero rounds. Definitely tougher, though, coming into that attack.
Well, the America's #1 seed already taken the distance. It's going to be all the rounds, and maybe some more. The side of FUT on the defense, 3 stack up on B. Same old setup. Same old approach from this squad. Again, you'll see that Viper orb in play, blocking out control over the double doors for the side of FUT as they stick with a 2-man hold of B. Shifting late, not even late into the round, very early into the round, they've abandoned A. Maybe sensing out how slow some of these pushes have been for EG, or expecting them to have a bit of an adaptation rather than coming through hard and main, that they'll look for control elsewhere on the map that can be punished.
A lot of A main control.
Selling
this
some
is a
information
standard default that we've seen.
This B site, trying to bait their opponents into the belief that they're there. The orb take will get Com ever closer. They clearly value that ultimate highly. They've been building towards it over the last couple of rounds. A minute left on the clock as Crack sits towards middle. He's expecting pressure to come through here. Both sides have definitely favored that, but this time it seems like the majority at least is going to be leveled into this late B-side push, and that's exactly where Kiwi waits and watches.
Yeah, they've concealed their hand as well. The drone coming around won't spot him out. So Kiwi's able to catch him by surprise. Demon 1 staying at the bottom. They're back. Scoreboard. Viper's Pit used. This is great. EG are avoiding the powerful ult, avoiding the operator as well, but they've got to be quick. They've got to run headfirst into this KJ setup. Do they have a knife on the way through? Not online for Cracks. Not online for Ethan. Onto the back of the site, the nade is in. It's forcing them out into the open, but they're just taking the fights, winning them as they go. The plan desperately trying to be found. It comes at the cost of Com's life. Ethan left on the spike all alone.
No way.
11 rounds turned to 12.
Oh,
and somehow it's
my God.
Map point.
I don't know what's going on. EG are looking like they're crumbling. A late switch up after walking into that operator of Kiwi. It's going to be one of the freest shots he's probably had all day. Nothing to really force him off the angle. And then just hightailing it. Maybe hoping that they'd baited a rotation of Ada Captain and Mr. Fallen, but they didn't move even for a second. And then by the time the push came in, the full cavalry had arrived. This has been a 5-round streak. 7 of the last 8 going the way of FUT. Their defensive side ever formidable. And now EG have one last chance. Otherwise, they're going to have let a map slip from 9-3 in the lead. And the Turkish roster will have themselves a 1-0 position. They're ready for Kiwi. They're watching for him. This time, he's not going to find that initial fight.
It was close on the follow-up as well, but his dash is gone now. That's a big factor. Mobility limited, and in fact,
oh my god,
Kiwi still able to get
good
one.
trades.
Hunted down.
Oh shit, oh shit.
Demon One needs to move quickly. He'll be caught on the way back out.
1v3,
sure,
1v3,
one
1v3.
kill for FUT, but it might not be enough. Ada Captain still with a massive clutch in front of him. The first not even found.
Nice.
Repositioning.
It's 12-12.
And a lifeline for EG with overtime secured.
The crowd could breathe for a moment. They have brought this one all the way back from the depths. It was looking like a done deal after the streak of rounds that was had, but back to basics. Again, we're going to see that Hunter tree every time. It almost seems like when that ultimate is online, EG just can't lose themselves the round, and the disruption caused, the opener found by Demon One, and they are still living in this map. OT, everything gets reset. No ultimates online across the board, and still a chance that they could take their map choice, but now for FUT, they're going to go onto that attack side. Interestingly,
I see this.
something we didn't see too much of. Kiwi's going to go for the operator, try and deny some of that early aggression coming out of the side of EG. They were quite happy to try and challenge for map control, but in this round at least, much more passive stance.
That recon caught a few of the FUT players outside of A. Information for EG, not really reacted to, if anything. They go lighter on this A side, start to move around. But it's FUT grabbing control, leaving a player on each extremity. We've seen this from them before. These are the much slower rounds they like to attempt and find their own opportunities as the round unfolds. Let EG make a mistake. For now, that certainly isn't happening. A lot more presence from this defensive squad around the middle area and around these spots that Kiwi has historically loved to just sneak and slip his way into.
Flash in. Brax goes first and by himself.
Two players here. The expectation of Boostio will be there.
Nice.
Flash good.
Nice.
Demon One is already going to double up, looking for a little bit more. No trade to be had.
Gonna get more.
Kiwi looking like he was considering going
Good
back.
ballsy of Kiwi to dip back in there.
We've seen the walk up on long, but you can already witness on the map that Boostio is firmly watching towards this. It seems like Kiwi trying to maybe bait some sound cues of presence on the other side and leaving Boostio somewhat alone. He's actually going to go forward, maybe giving his opponents a chance, but also being a bit of a snake within the grass, not expecting him to be up this close. 10 seconds now for FUT to try and find something within this round.
No.
Mr. Fallen, he's got a plant. He's got to go for it right now. No, in fact,
3v2.
there's absolutely no time. Everybody has to die, and it is not going to be happening. He might kill off the majority, but EG will get themselves the round.
Oh, you're so close.
Jumping for joy to close out that round.
So close.
Yes, 13 now for EG, and in a map that they were leading from the very get-go. They now finally have the chance to close it out for the first time. It's been an impressive stand from FUT. After just 3 rounds in the first half, I didn't believe in them making it even close to this kind of run. And as we said, we knew that their defense would be good. Once again, it will be tested as they stand on their defensive side, 13-12. Again, that op is going to be bought up by Kiwi here in overtime.
They do it again. The one thing that really worked for them, that last round, dash, sprint, straight into this B side.
Oh, it was a recall smoke.
The fake smoke is what takes out his opponent. It was a bait, just utilized. Nice trade though from Mr. Fallen, keeping things even for the moment. Cracks trying to pounce. Holding that backline, maybe expecting there to be a bit more of a repeat, but that early fight has quickly diminished. And just look at the majority of EG.
Jets are gone.
They're backing away from this one.
See what happens.
So
Spikes out. Grouping up with Jogamo and Calm, the first to leave this site. Calm on his way to A.
How does this round
They're
play
sticking
out?
around. 50 seconds. Still some time to make a decision. And most importantly, this is where you expect a flanker to come through or a player on the side of FUT to overextend to grab information. They'll look to punish.
Wait for mistake.
Tried to use
Mistake
the
even
knife
is there.
against their opponents. Now Cracks will finally spot that this
Only
is the place where
possible
EG
mistake
look
is
to
this
make the
peak,
stand.
which was
Boostio
flawless because
blinded up.
there's two
Cracks
people
watching,
peeking
but
it.
it's Moj instead.
Oh,
It's a
Cracks
slaughter.
and Moj.
They don't even get anywhere close to planting
Well
that
played,
spike
well
as
played.
FUT will put them down on B.
Oh, chill, man.
It's
Jesus,
defensive
Means
round
leg.
after defensive round again, as we will continue this one into OT.
Yeah, the repositioning of Moj. These players were swinging through to try and deal with Cracks. Had been spotted moments ago. It popped that little flash around the corner, timed perfectly with the knife that came in.
Yeah.
Though the abilities
yikes.
were down and out, they weren't needed at that point. This is where
Damn,
EG could
bro.
start to feel frustrated. This map already gone on a lot longer than they expected it to when they shifted into that second half.
Man, it was
13
being
to
like so
13.
hard.
It's where
Fucking hell.
See, both teams seen this the majority they played.
Jesus.
So now it's almost going to be a game of cat and mouse to
Pods
work
are
out
fucking
where
destroyed
EG
from that.
have set that trap, where they've placed that superstar Jet, and for FUT, well, if they can catch him before he does too much damage.
That's what it's all about. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. Just roll the dice and steam in towards the site. EG's
No,
defense,
opposite time.
as we said, this is where most teams are putting up the rounds. Another
what
chance
happens.
to set
See
up
what
a
happens.
map point. This is their
Half
map
the
pick
time
that's being
the B
contested
hits,
for
but
so
there's
aggressively.
three players here.
Speaking of
Three
aggression,
players on
nothing
EG
but W
here,
keys
waiting
here.
for it.
The side of FUT looking to very quickly pressure
Good
that B
flash.
site. More players than usual here though. EG stacked up with 3, ready for this kind.
Yeah,
Just
we are ready.
Muscling of the site.
What can we do?
Boostio hasn't
That's
been
two.
spotted at all, and he's getting them all, breaking apart this attacking side.
And
piece
it's
by
over.
Piece. His third in the round, and 14
Now the
found
attack
another
is
chance to
where
close
we
it out.
struggle.
It seems like both teams have decided to
Bro
go for
gonna
the
be
same
his leg
sort of
again?
strategy.
Come on. Go for
This
it.
rush B taken back from, well, the echelons of time. Something that has been tried
Bro,
by
that's a
multiple
Playboy
esports
shit,
and
no way.
failing once more, it seems. A close angle not cleared, and for FUT, that's the blunder. Now we get to see what EG have to offer, and more so, they're going to take exactly the same pause as their opponents. I wonder if we're just going to get another rush off the back of it.
It's another
Hasn't been
timeout.
working.
All right. See how it is.
What?
We'll have to see what their attacking strategy
Kiss
is.
cam.
I hope it doesn't cut to me after that.
I was thinking the opposite, but all right. See how it is. Well, Tom, round 28 about to kick off, and one key difference here, Kiwi doesn't have that operator.
No, it's been something that both teams have been dabbling in, but I think just having that maneuverability, allowing for the quicker rotations, and especially with the amount of spams we've had through smokes, it doesn't seem like it makes the most sense. Also, they're going walkabouts, destroying that turret early, but it's the double down, allowing them to know that there's at least a player on either side. Pop Flash could completely decimate Moj. He's just trying to escape. Both players actually.
No way!
But somehow
Okay,
he
we trade,
actually
we
comes
trade.
out with a
1
kill.
for 1.
Kiwi looking like he wants to try and capitalize off that, but will eventually be forced back. Not going to go for an overextension, and again, the early fight comes up even.
Yeah, I think Kiwi's idea was to get out there and help his teammate Moj while he was still alive. You know, lock down that extra angle for him and fight for mid together if his buddy was going to be stranded. But once he falls, the correct decision's absolutely to fall back.
God.
Holding on to this control a little bit later towards the doors. And we have seen Boostio with a couple nasty flanks. This time his timing is near perfect.
Boostio!
Catch 2 for his trouble. A triple in the round
2,
already.
4.
And a nail in
Oh,
FUT's coffin.
oh,
They
3,
managed to pick up
holy
Jogamo,
shit.
remove
Okay,
smokes
well,
and some
let's see what
utility at
happens.
least. And they immediately read it. FUT
Kiwi
expecting
not off the sign
this
once
EG
again.
squad to double back and move towards A.
He
and that
should
read
hear
could
this.
not be better.
Oh, timing is everything. He's probably heard
He
the
can get a
snaps and
really good flank in.
running all the way back around. Kiwi
Practice
has the
really
perfect
slow in
flank.
back.
The turret's still yet to be pulled back for Boostio. so we'll have no knowledge at this point. He's been spotted.
Oh,
Now
Lucio's
looks
away.
to
Oh.
Maybe face
So it's
back in
gonna
the other
pop out.
direction.
Oh
But he
my
hits the
God.
shot anyway.
Ace,
Taking
no.
over this round. It took some time
Damn,
for the geniuses,
Lucio.
but the map choice.
Damn, man.
That, but there are four that chamber.
Only
Debuting.
NA on top. Nah.
Find
Nah. Nah.
I think I have
bruh.
really won those sort of opportunities
Oh shit. I didn't
where they're going to be
that
kicking.
thing.
I want to see if they. Well, for the other side of FUT, as said, they
Oh,
showed
let's see
resilience in
this.
that first map.
Demon 1 on chamber again? Okay. Lucio on Brimstone this time, not Reyna. And Jogamo is on
I want to
Raze.
see
Okay.
if they've still
Okay,
got it here.
okay,
Have
okay,
they been able to
okay.
reset going into their choice? It's definitely where they're favored.
A fallen
Well,
on Fade,
Flash going
yeah,
down deep to
Sanded,
start it up.
March
We've
on
already
that,
got the
yeah.
barriers up and a fight about to come through. Jogamo, although we'll give up that control. Start to
Typical
slowly
KO
fall back
on
towards
buying
the A side.
from
Stacked
FUT.
up as it is, though, I think it's fair to
Understandable.
say FUT are leaning in towards the very site that EG
Wow.
want them to hit.
Wow, they are
Very,
close
very
together.
close, just on the edge of that smoke. Bustio, though, has managed to sneak right by them.
Oh,
Obliterate
Bustio, what a beautiful
from
play.
behind
Holy
on
shit.
short. 3 kills and 2 players left in the bathroom. The spike down in the open, and
Oh,
this
Sheriff
round
this time.
already in the hands of EG. Look at the repositioning from Calm. I think he might just rob away the potential for that ace to come through. Oh, he's missed the shot, though. Maybe a chance. I don't want to see him get the kill. I want to see Bustio go for the fight, but Calm's being pressured.
Nice try.
He won't give up his life for the ace.
Had a captain.
Ace. Still
He's going up against the full lineup of
That
players.
is,
He's not going to get anything done there.
That
It's
is
going to be
a bit
EG to take
scary there, I
themselves
have
the
to
pistol
say.
round, and again, it
I mean, it
seems
is
like
3 people, so
Bustio is
it's
so
less,
good
it's
at
more
positioning
secure, but
himself
still.
ready for whatever is planned. Like,
Way
the whole
too packed
idea
up
there
there.
is to pop flash straight through the smoke, using that KO to basically garner you that extra space. So he just plays close to that utility, avoids any flash, and just has a perfect backstab on the players of FUT. Pistol round going their way. A good start to the defensive side again, where we kind of expect the majority of rounds to come through for either of these sides, and for now at least. Early pop flash. I like it. Pop flash through in towards showers. Try and find any early aggression. Instead, it's going to be in towards lamps. This is just classics though, Mitch. Like, realistically, any damage here is a win.
Yeah, that's why you see the utility thrown out, just trying to push these players into an uncomfortable fight. Or even make them go down to the util alone. Oh, no, there it is. The nade with the double.
2 nades?
Serious damage done. That pretty much
nice.
neuters any possibility for these weaker weapons on FUT. EG with a solid follow-up. They could have afforded to even lose a player here pretty comfortably, but not even a hope.
Oh, I like these sort of maps. This is where you get to see Jorgamo kind of move away from that controller and pick up that raise, as we see on the likes of Split. He can have a little bit more fun, be that a little bit more aggressive. And already getting off to a flyer of the start.
Yeah,
Not too many ultimates online, and you look at the weaponry, it's actually quite light going in for EG. You can already see Demon 1 with enough to buy an operator into the next round, but this time out, they haven't opted for it. Actually, just sprinting straight down. I don't know how they managed to win this early fight with the weaker weaponry, but they're going to be very happy with that one.
See how much Jogamo can get done. Oh, he's gone out wide. Nade up top.
Oh, he
Bouncing
wins
back,
that?
and, well, it's not even playing a role in that. Somehow the Stinger wins out the fight, and EG are looking phenomenal in a round that they should have been able to do some damage in, and instead they're in a 4 versus 1.
bonus
An
conversion.
ambitious play from
nice.
Jogamo, and it works out because he left Maj on 20 or so HP. A 3rd round found for Evil Geniuses, and a start to this map similar to what we saw in Pearl.
Yeah, the differences with Pearl, though, is that they took a risk. They bought an operator up. They used their extra finances to basically make that round much more viable. This time they didn't. They had a pistol. They still had a stinger. They just went pushing all the way down in towards the fountain and won 2 fights that I don't know how they managed to take that victory with a couple of players waiting. It's got to be frustrating for FUT, and while they've witnessed the Guardian on the other side, it seems Moj has some ideas of his own. Jorgamo, however, is already going to take a lot of early space and do a little bit of damage through. Oh, not again.
Oh no.
Of course, Boostio up close, and the flash doesn't even catch him. And the spam's good enough to take one down there. And look who steps back down. Boostio very quickly dealt with. Oh, the spike's in the open. Could be defended. That push up from Maj, the one weapon they have to work with now. A few more on their hands potentially, but Ethan through the teleporter he goes, and the reward is tenfold. They know where Maj is, and the Seeker only confirms it even further, locking him into a box. 8 bullets left in that magazine. We look to reload it. Well, he's going to have to fairly soon. Snakebite out, player caught, but no punish. And all the while, it's a slow flank from Demon One, biding his time. With the spike picked up, Maj will look to go elsewhere, but look who's there. It's Ethan!
It's Ethan.
With one.
That's the player he knew was there all along. Another big round from it. I do feel like that is just the way that Ethan plays. It's like when they need a hero, he arises, because the start of the round was great for FUT. Able to win a lot of those early duels. I think you see the confidence coming through from Boostio, attempting to try and push through that smoke. Again, like we've already seen FUT manage to bring back a huge deficit, but...
Crazy.
All right, then. Look, I mean, they're happy enough with a 4-0 lead after the third round going their way. Even with the economic damage they just received, it's not enough to really deter them, to really put a dent in this side.
Like
as we can see, operator in play. Demon One has a TP set up and looks to use it for an early pick.
Yeah, he
no
has.
opportunities given yet, but if Maj wants to cross back, well, it depends. Demon One's giving up the angle.
Who's gonna
use the knife early in towards B long? Maybe
nice.
That's where he'll be. And that knife not finding him, while the bullet landing in Moj's head will instead give them that information. It seems like FUT had an idea of how to counter and just guessed the wrong place.
A lot of utility put out here. I think they're certainly getting the read on this B-side play on the way through. It's going to be ignored as Kiwi makes it to the site. A flank attempted around through elbow that's being caught.
What the fuck?
Showstopper got nothing, but the rifle gets 2. And then
how the fuck did he get this?
Oh, what? Yeah, got to step away from his own nade at the end. 5 rounds.
How did bro hit that shit?
Barely breaking a sweat so far.
I don't even think, like, I'll be honest, that second shot didn't look like he was aiming anywhere near him.
Not even close.
It just full sprint spraying, but it works out. I think he does most damage to himself through the Molotov, and then it's just ridiculous.
No way.
Manages to survive the round.
How the fuck did bro do that?
We are in the same boat as the last map. 5-0 EG running away with this.
Fuck, I wish you could see chat right now.
The early fights of Demon One still yet to die, by the way. And the ult's starting to build up for FUT. Maybe there's something they can send into this round. A Showstopper, Orbital Strike, a Viper's Pit for post. If they can get into a position. Hot flashing through the smoke early in the round, but just look how passively the defenders are. They know what's online. They know the ults are available. They're not looking to get in those sort of fights.
Oh, that Snakebite actually got very close to Cracks as the smoke went down. That could have been bad. Kiwi even got tagged up, down vulnerable. Now he's out with the Showstopper in hand.
Oh, he gets through before going
down,
though.
2 before falling. The damage done with Kiwi and Cracks so very low.
What?
And looks like Maj just joined
wow.
Sure, they've got the site, they've done the damage in Viper's Pit, and that could be the difference maker.
That is
Maj,
ballsy.
56 HP, staying alive inside of it will be a real challenge. He's managed to buy himself a bit of time, but there goes the Orbital Strike, there goes the Viper's Pit. Cracks
doesn't have a gun.
left on his own, and with a Sheriff in hand, he stands no chance of taking down the Demon.
Interesting play, I'd say. Very interesting idea to commit the thing there.
How dare you? How dare you? Twitter's going to go wild at that one. Sorry, X, or whatever it's called now.
People are going to be reposting that all day.
Yeah, they're going to be reposting that everywhere.
They call it now.
What?
6-0. I was surprised they used the Viper's Pit. A bold call. I understand it. Maybe starting to feel a little bit desperate. Jorgamo as well. You could just see it. Every single fight he takes. It might seem risky, but he's winning all of them. Again, still 3 ults to play with.
And
1 for Com as well, that Viper's Pit.
3 ults on the other
maybe
side.
utilised to lock down showers. He's set up there at the beginning of the round, but I'm more interested in Demon 1. 6-0, still yet to die. And that's with, even with these risky pushes, he's even expecting the players on the other side. Timing is everything, but finally he'll be put in the grave. Moj,
wow, what an angle.
falling for the same tricks as the last round.
Yeah, holding the pixel angle and finally giving him his first death. Demon 1 dealt with in round 7. But there's plenty more facets to this squad, and Jogamo being right behind you is certainly one of them. He's got his way up behind the entire team. He's spotted though. Cracks knew that he was there. Blast good though, throws off Maj's aim, and with some support from Boostio's gone running through the wall. They've managed to drop the spike. Got some decent control. The flash coming in, an aid on the back of it, and they are seizing control over this spike. It's not going to be given up, not today. Even running through a nade. They'll get Jogamo his third of the round. And a captain with a 1v2 to clutch out. Orbital strike online, but he's stunned.
What the fuck?
1 HP, and around the corner he goes. He's made it out. I'm going to post-plant orbital strike. Maybe he still has a chance.
By the Tiger.
Seconds left.
I thought he was dead to rights.
Wow.
Very nearly.
Okay.
Was. He'll get himself
Actually
into
doable.
an afterplant. It would be one hell of a way to finally take themselves around, but he's up against Calm.
One good snake bite and it's over.
Someone who has been devastating to them in the first map, repositioning in towards the defender's spawn, just basically waiting as he wraps all the way back around. The fact is, time is not on the side of Calm. He can't really take this one slow because that orbital strike is going to buy a lot off the clock, and that's all that a captain is playing for. Just waiting those extra few seconds. He's going to get caught a little bit. He can't go anywhere near that snake bite though. And now the time ticking so low. At a captain, he can't move. He's got to wait for at least a second, but the time is already gone.
No way he wins that.
A 1 HP Red Bull club.
Wow.
But finally have a round.
It's a misplay by Calm for sure.
Attaboy.
Attaboy, no
I
way.
love these, they're great.
At a captain, I don't know how he's gotten away with that one, but the first is on the board for FUT, coinciding with the first death of Demon 1. Jogamo put his back into that round.
He deserved the round win.
He did. Wow. That not just that second kill, but here he sees a nade, hears it coming towards him, and thinks, I'll just go running in. I'll take the fight. I think we all felt that.
Oh my god,
well,
bro.
The timeout's
so
been called by FUT after that
afraid.
round. Sure, they've got one up, but they're looking for a few more on the.
Oh, okay, it wasn't.
It's a full timeout, even though they won.
Although I think no matter who they play, if they were to go into the cider, they'd probably be favorites. You don't want to leave that up to chance. A spot in the top 8 awaiting either of these teams for Evil Geniuses, an expectation for FUT. Hey, that would be a huge statement to make. The first Turkish team to do that in history.
Yeah, they're already accruing accolades game after game here at Champions. Still with that lower bracket beckoning them. Wouldn't be the end of their run. But imagine taking down Evil Geniuses, the #1 American seed, would be a huge accomplishment.
This is
Ulti. Mr. Fallen's decided against it, but now they've seen the player close. It is going to go right back to that default.
That's 3
plan.
pings.
And a lot of players caught up, but still Demon 1 is ready on this angle. And the shot, a rare miss for Demon 1. An opportunity for his opponents to capitalize on him with Ethan falling.
Holy shit.
They've just locked the defenders into hookah. B-side is theirs.
They know that there's a couple of players in here, but knowing and dealing with them is a different thing altogether. The problem is that no command online, the tour de force, isn't currently available. Cracks is already going to pick off one, but they know who the other player remaining is. Moj on a nasty lurk is going to pick off Boostio. A chance for this clutch, a 2 versus 5. Looks slim, but the fact is the finances on EG are not bad. They could risk throwing a couple of players in here, but they might just back away to hold on to the guns.
Well, that might not be too easy. Let's check Maj's position. Demon 1 caught off guard.
Let's calm.
Ulti down, so too is the rifle. And the saving going to be very limited for the side of EG. This is a great response from FUT. I don't think it could have went much better in that round, especially Demon 1 having that whiff to start it off, missing the shot, then removing his ultimate altogether. That has certainly set them up for success. Timer ticking low towards the end of the round. That spike detonating as we speak, and they haven't found Calm. He's nestled his way into the bathroom. Rifle shall be carried through.
Yeah, a prime gaming flawless as well for the best possible way to actually break back into this one. Get the finances flowing once again. And as I said, for the other side of things, it's not really any problems. Demon 1 is going to invest back into that operator, so he'll have that for this round. Okay, light shields, but that's never really been a problem for anybody. And that showstopper still sits online, and that's the difference. FUT over the last couple of rounds have had some ultimates to play with. The Nightfall, no command used in the prior round, and again, we're going to see the aggressive flash. I like the fact that you can see Adacaptain actively backing away at this stage. He does have the spike though, so that might be the reason.
Yeah, don't think you're going to want to go swinging in there, especially when you'll expect Demon 1 to be around every corner at this point. He's been repositioning round after round. This time just sat on back B side. FUT maybe sensing it. They're on their way to A.
Look at the ults.
It chose on the right side.
Only ults are close to coming online is Ethan and Kiwi. Kiwi is 3 orbs
Not just the wall, but also the orb that's in play.
Oh
and,
my
well,
god.
Maj has just taken down Bustio. That's going to prompt Calm to get out of town. Move towards the spawn and play the retake with the rest of his squad, and that's exactly what he's doing.
An early advantage. Potential showstopper for the retake, but utility has been used to hold them back a little longer. A couple of flashes still for Cracks. Unusual to see that this late into the round, so definite potential, but we are going to see the lamps being cleared. The timing doesn't work out though. And a captain finding another Kiwi, ever crisp, and Demon 1 almost just having to look for exit frags. He's eventually given the fight, but Kiwi takes his head from his shoulders, leaving just Ethan to stop this one being another flawless. He will. But other than that, FUT, they have found their footing in this game, starting to build back in.
That's what it's all about on the attacking side, just finding your legs. They've done that. Oh, and they've done it by finding Ethan too. Nice. Although he'll be dropping out of captain, there's no one else to swing that corner. So again, the rifle brought through to the next round. But this attacking side now building up 3 in a row. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, there you go. See, Evil Geniuses call a timeout as they'll gather themselves up ahead of this. I mean, look, it could be an equalized half if things keep going this way. And you're seeing Kiwi with the confidence to swing in, take down Demon 1, not even with the operator. Certainly worrying times for this squad.
Yeah, and I think it has to be said that expectations for this map in general is that you're going to see the rounds on that defensive side, similarly to Pearl. So I think making sure that this ends up as like a minimum, a half victory, but more so edging towards that 8-4, maybe even a 9-3. That's what the goal will be at this stage. Again, Seekers online, but nothing really else available, and with a showstopper close for Kiwi and him starting to really get going. It's interesting what we're going to see actually invested here. It doesn't look like it's going to be a full buy. The Tour de Force not even close to being online. And actually, since Demon 1 being 6-0, it's been 3 deaths in a row. Maybe the difference, him not being able to get those early kills, and potentially even Jorgamo cooling off a bit, which in the early rounds, he was the main devastating force for FUT, was that he just didn't seem to die in scenarios where he probably shouldn't have lived.
I mean, he's still sitting 12-6. You got to say, it's been a good half for him so far. Jorgamo, a little bit more maybe needed on this defensive side with 3 rounds left to play for. They're not really competing in this one. Now, look, we've seen EG win rounds with this kind of a buy, with worse of a buy, so don't count them out by any means. But they're opting to put most of their resources into round 11. Maybe try to close this one out on an 8-4 half. It wouldn't be a bad score. We'll see. As we said, still potential for them in this one here. And even with Demon 1 on the Classic, you know that Headhunter is in play. Not right now for 4 seconds, but after that.
It's patient, though, from FUT. Not overextending, not giving anything away. And with those smokes, the Brimmy smokes being burnt out over on that defensive side, they're basically just waiting, not wanting to get caught off. We've already seen the shenanigans of Bustio around this close position. Looking like just waiting to see if anybody will make a mistake. The Tiger going through, clearing out. It doesn't leave too many positions still available for them to be in, with the flashes going out long at the same time. Nice counter nade, but it's Jorgamo to take the majority of the damage. I think most of that was just off the Viper wall.
That same wall on the defensive side going up now to block them out. Jogamo lost his life, tried to peek in for info towards the A site. And he's gone down with the wall still up. It's robbing them of info. EG might think that there's already players crept up on A, making their way in through the site, and well, they'd be right if that was where their minds went.
Wait,
having fallen back a bit, Boostio sold that they're not still holding this angle, but Calm has got a spot of his own up top, hasn't been spotted.
Nice.
Actually delay the plant. He's tucked away.
Oh, does he live?
Fully
No,
around the corner. Kiwi's able to deal with him, and it looks like that
Oh,
plant
wow.
is going to come through eventually. It's not needed.
Let me
With
see
EG
that shot
players
still, though.
flooding
Come on,
the
let me
site
see
to
that
deny the
shot by
plant.
Demon 1.
They've instead lost the round before the spike can go down.
That is an incredibly cool idea.
I love
Just
it.
using the edge of his own poison orb up boosted on the top. That is not something I think any team will have been checking for. A nice little idea from Common. It almost wins them the round. Like, the time was getting devastatingly close. If he's able to just survive that little bit longer, maybe even get back around the corner, this could have been a problem. And bear in mind how low the purchase was. They got rid of a showstopper. That's not bad. Like, they burnt out a few weapons at that, although the finances of FUT are fantastic. And now they get that operator back into play, full purchase. See if they can now turn this into a round victory, because if FUT can even things up, they are definitely in the driver's seat.
Well, 2 rounds left to play for in the half. EG, as we said, are looking for that 8-round scoreline. They didn't fully buy up last round. They did some good damage, competed for the round, and even cost FUT some of their big ultimates, some of their utility. Now as we move into round number 11, this is where they look to capitalize on all the work done before. Very passive stance. A lot of the Sky utility from Ethan's being used to lock down control, even over Bathroom late into the round. We've seen the Tiger go through. But Ethan spotted players on B long this time. And that might put a spanner in the works for the side of FUT. They wanted to sneak up and get close. Now as they look to move in towards this B site, even with the knife thrown over on A, they're going to be expecting that this is a B play.
Yeah, especially with the flash. That's why these Sky flashes are so vital. Just trying to find any information. 35 seconds left, and the nade will be comboed. Looking to come out hookah. There are a multitude of players waiting here, and now Anna Captain has been able to get that orbital strike online. Molly into the corner. They could just try and clear this player out of the tube, but instead they're going to go doubling back. Demon 1 now about to be under pressure, just having to jump out of position. He can't quite correct the aim in time. FUT again are going to get their entry. And the Captain is just tearing this side apart. Kiwi so aware of the flag coming through as well. It is meticulous from FUT. These quick rotations,
6 in a row, followed by 5 in a row, and soon to be potentially 6 in a row. Wow.
Yeah, you saw the idea to move towards B. They get spotted. They pump the brakes a moment. Not sure where they want to take it. And after that flash comes through, I think they were all aligned. They knew the game plan. The fact that Ada Captain is able to not just drop Demon 1 after his first kill, the ultimate putting him out of position on an uncomfortable angle, but even deliver with the fight towards the spawn. That's the big difference maker, and it's put EG on the back foot for the final round.
I think the thing to focus on as well is how Mr. Fallen and Cracks are constantly using their initiator utility to sell ideas. You'll see a knife land from the other side of the map. Prowler sent through one, but it's on a lurk, and then you just have Moj constantly placing in here. Nice work from Ethan, though. And he does
my god, how does he double down?
This man seems to be the master of the SMGs. It was the Stinger in the last map, the Spectre in this one. And after a 5-round streak, this is the best chance they've had. But Demon 1 will again go amiss as Mr. Fallen has managed to take it down.
That's not really on Demon 1
But look at what the weaponry that EG have brought in. 2 judges that'll have to retake if they lose this B side. I mean, they've got to maintain control. Orbital strike in play, it's causing problems. Ethan's going to be dropped after the one, but Cracks went down to the ulti. Boostio still holding strong on the side, buys them a little bit more time, and now it's those judges from before. The nade in good position, but he can't follow through. It forces him out of his spot into the open, but that's not good enough with a judge in hand. 4 bullets. Mr. Fallen needs to swap that over. He knows where that player is coming from now, at least, so the plant can be found. I like the... Sorry, I was going to say I like Calm's idea to reposition down through long and grab one of the weapons. Instead, he is going all the way around.
It's definitely the least expected of all of the options. I don't think there's any world where Mr. Fallen is watching back towards the spawn. This is the most 5-head play I think I've ever seen. There's no reason for Mr. Fallen to begin to check this, but it has come into his head.
No!
Be the chance!
2
I don't know
how
how Mr.
and an
Fallen
ace
that
clutch.
one, but it's the ace to bring this 6-6 on the half. The big brain
Wow.
IGL evening things up, and well,
damn.
straight back from either side. FUT have leveled it at the break.
Ah, it's a bit overcooked,
6-6
but I respect
scoreline.
it.
This started out convincingly in EG's favor, and now starting to slip away an ace even to close this one out. As we said, the judges on the retake, they have a pretty big disadvantage. Even a classic in that final fight that leaves Mr. Fallen on 2 HP. It's a narrow margin, but that's the margin by which FUT get back into this game, tie it up neck and neck, and now move on to their defense. I think the pressure.
All right.
Here, you Johnny. Yeah.
The Jogamo
able to net as much power as they did before, and 6 straight rounds. Let's talk about momentum. It's certainly in the field of FUT right now. So let's see if EG can change things up. If their attack is where they'll find a lot more success. You never know.
Tripped over
what FUT just displayed for us there.
Well, that's the thing with EG. They've been very good at when they need to pick up the rounds, they do. We saw the streak back in the last map, and they still closed it out in overtime. The last round is what they took, and instead, FUT could be set up here for a 2-0 victory if they'd managed to close out that comeback. Instead, though, again, a tentative start from either side. Patiently watching for any aggression, but it is, again, passive, patient Kiwi watching. Sheriff just trying to boom heads on the other side, and instantly all of the Viper utility goes up, the smokes raining down from above, and an attempted plant as the spam comes through, but it doesn't look like there'll be a denial this time.
Nope. No way to stop that spike from being planted. EG had some ideas to go aggressive afterwards, but they've fallen back into defaults. Nice crossfire to play with. Jogamo. First point of contact, and then the swings come in, but he went a little too wide. No one able to trade out on that FUT. Managed to find themselves a duel for free. Calm under pressure as well. Players starting to get close to him towards the back. Now another for FUT as they desperately try to hold on to control. EG are just being pushed back. Hardly any damage being done by this squad. As FUT steamroll in the pistol and find a 7.
Yeah, they do have to get themselves the defusal. Okay, you know, and Kiwi taking his time to go back and get himself that orb. Maybe surprised that he's the one who needs it, considering it's actually Moj to get the majority of the kills in that one. Well, having a little bit of fun themselves, but no, a big start.
Jogamo peaked by himself, and then it was Ethan.
Claimed the pistol, and considering a Prime Gaming flawless from a 5v5 retake, it's not something that really comes with high expectations.
And that one, you can kind of understand that because it's a tap and spike.
With that plant, even with no kills
but still, it's a bit weird.
Maybe looking to break this trend
broke
of
the
7
crossfire
rounds a little bit early. They have invested heavily, even though you might see a classic onto Demon 1. That is all in on Headhunter bullets, and the rest have gone for those stingers.
Well, they're certainly grouping up, trying to use the numbers advantage to their favor, but they've lost Boostio to begin. Jogamo down to 40.
What the fuck?
To get 2? You've got to be joking.
How did you do that? Oh my god.
Grabbing a heal, somehow not dealt with there, and then he's looking to fight. Long range with a stinger on Maj. Now low HP. Pressured from every which side. Still somehow clinging to life, but that doesn't last too much longer. EG, 7 rounds in a row they lost, and this is the one that they come out on top. It's thanks to Jogamo, who had been quiet for a while. That certainly reawakened him.
I think it is something that was beautifully brought up on the desk by Bala. It's the supportive flashbangs. The pop over the top here from Ethan that made those 2 of the freest kills for Jogamo. Sure, he still had to hit the shots, but when both of them are completely blind from a sky flash from above, there's just so little that they can do about it. And that trend is broken. A huge, thrifty victory coming through on that side of things. And now, while, again, it's going to be the low investment coming out from FUT, a real chance to finally get themselves a lead in this map, and instead now they're just getting mowed down. Com with a double. Not really a chance to retrieve any weaponry.
Good
the close is just as clean. But a resounding response from the Evil Genius side. The attackers building up rounds already. Interrupted the win streak of FUT. And most definitely upset them, putting them on the back foot now. They've got a full buy up on both sides. The EG squad might have some bonus material coming through, in particular Ethan just on that Spectre. They're going to be doing many of the same things that we saw from FUT, especially that Viper wall on A. It's just a key part. Nats was the first one to really bring it to the international stage.
Oh my god.
That is ridiculous. Another tally down there in the crowd, please. That one was straight through the smoke.
Yeah, big start to the round as well. Bear in mind that even though the finances are great for EG, this still somewhat works as a bonus.
Oh, Demon One shaved. Oh, that's what.
The risk taken.
That's why his player cam looked a bit weird.
Kiwi up top.
Looked a bit weird, and I couldn't figure out why it looked weird.
Something that you can definitely
I shaved, right? That makes so much sense.
It's not going to be through a smoke, but it definitely could be through a wall if they are looking to try and clear this spot.
Oh man,
looking inevitable.
that makes so
the information seemingly there. It's in with a showstopper and out of the round for Kiwi.
Not a bad trade though, being able to take Jogamo down just as the trigger was pressed. So FUT, they're behind. Only by one on the way back through. Post plant setup is strong, though. EG grouping up inside of Lamps. That could cause major problems. Nade down in the corner. It's trying to clear out players into the open. But it's Busio to find that frag instead. Great flash, but somehow they're still on top of it. Cracks and Mr. Fallen, both finding kills. The spike now can be tapped to bait these players into the open. Ethan will be caught as the wall drops, but not eliminated, even with a Spectre. He wins out that fight, and with 40 HP, Mr. Fallen surely is down and out of this round. Great damage, but the time too far gone.
Yeah, he's just going to have to leave that one, unfortunately. He's been having a great few rounds, but it isn't quite enough. And again, it's another round on the board for EG. We said it. We expected this one to be the defender's paradise for FUT, but the early battles going in their direction and then just the effective trade-outs coming through. The weaker weapons never a deterrent for players like Ethan, and now sat 9-7 in the lead. It's looking like maybe a bit of a hero rifle onto Mr. Fallen, obviously saved over from the last round, and in fact he's going to hand that off potentially to another teammate, maybe just allowing them to get the extra shields. For now at least it still sits in his hand.
Shot by Demon One! Another as he follows up, and he's standing strong, baiting Kiwi in for more!
Oh my god!
3 quick kills! And EG have put this one to bed. The crowd demanding an ace from this man. You know what? The other 2 opponents are on the right side. Maybe he's got a chance.
I see this.
Yeah, the rest of the team are actually pushing in the other direction. It just depends if there is going to be that rotation for him, just a chance to fight into this one alone, clean up the entirety of FUT, put them down as we've seen him do so many times before. A couple of players waiting, and he has the chance to fight them. There's the first on the battle, but it isn't going to be happening this time.
Not aware
enough. Captain takes him out, but he has made space for the rest of the team. Just going to be getting that plan, even building up the extra orbs for the next round. It is methodical from EG.
I thought we were going for a fucking TP play there.
Turn before they get themselves into this next.
There you go. Orbital Strike now online for EG. That'll be used in the next round. And for this, FUT certainly want to go for it. They've got the economy to throw away. They've got 2 rifles retrieved. Earlier on, this was a Stinger and a Sheriff. So with these upgrades, they look to charge forward, see what damage they can deal, and right away it's Jogamo falling. Late flank from Calm. It's going to take quite a while. The plant spot not for it. Molly over already, and that orbital strike might be needed to close out this round, especially if the kills keep going this way.
This is
swing through, and yeah,
dangerous.
Look, it's being set up. They're going to cost them an ulti already.
Wow, holy shit.
Look, it's better than it
that
looked
is a
like
lot,
it could be for
that
the
is
squad.
a lot
They've even
of
dropped
investments.
Busio on the way back out. The time ultimately too far gone, but the damage considerable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just wow.
But that's been the main talking
Great
point
fucking
of the
damage
second half.
by FUT.
Like there hasn't really been much else so far for FUT. They were put down very early in this round by some of the cleanest shots you're ever going to see.
So the slow-mo on that is pretty good.
Oh, the crowd's a little mixed on
silly.
that one. Oh, we love to see it. Demon 1 certainly getting his confidence back. 14-9 right now. You've seen him with a far more convincing scorelines for himself.
Is this crowd allowed to
Maybe you can praise FUT for
because
how well
maybe
they
that's the
avoided
reason
him
why
at
it's not
times,
nearly
but
as loud.
yeah, certainly not in that last round. And maybe not in this one. The Tour de Force online and looking for some victims early on.
Yeah, this is a scary round. Already hyper-aggressive. Seekers have been thrown through. It looks like they're just executing directly off the back.
What the fuck? No way, dude.
Yeah, dropped down from above. Dead
Oh my
onto
god.
FUT in this round. And with a Molotov burning them out, this round is already looking over. Two
Wait, who
players
died from
remain
volley?
once again. Moj and
Was it
Cracks
Kiwi?
in a similar position to what we saw in the last round.
Poland died there.
Do they even go for
Adacaptain died
this?
there. Yeah, it was
looks like they're
Kiwi.
attempting it while hiding
Oh,
with
wow.
Din.
Okay.
He actually survived.
Just about. Yeah, 7 HP, but that might deter you from
There's
going
these two
for this
again.
any further. Even the Viper's pit down, well, it's online. It's not going to go down in this round, though. Not with that low of HP. Cracks has to open this one wide open for the squad, and he's caught Ethan. Okay, now there's an actual chance. They've seen the barrel in the corner. Demon 1 is down, and Kong miles away. They'll get this half before he even emerges around the corner. That's an easy kill onto the planter, just 1 HP. A fight now baited, but Kong, he is biding all the time they need.
Damn!
EG with another.
Oh my god, those seagulls.
The thing with this man is wherever you at least expect him to be, that's where he always turns up. Never stays static for too long. He's so good at just switching up his position. You could see the players were watching back towards Hooker, expecting him to still be in that position. Exactly where you should expect him to be. But always repositioning, always playing the time. He's the exact man you want in those sort of clutch situations. And FUT, well, a last attempt to try and slow this one down.
In a good spot.
Okay, let's see this.
Well, here we go, though.
What changes after timeout?
The purchase, some ults to play with, but just look at the sheer pace, just leading the way with the judge. It's got to be infuriating.
That is an opener.
Not the start that they were looking for, but they've at least got rid of him. I guess that's
3
the
ults
silver lining.
on the side of FUT
the man who's been causing so many issues is dead in this round. A lot of information garnered as well. The knife.
Not 3.
Connecting onto multiple players. You can see the jump spot out towards long as well. Maybe spotting for any lurkers, any rotation back. But again, EG is what they love to do on the attack. Just pausing, stopping for a moment before reaggressing.
It's the Tiger that gets them back out there to try and take some control. They've spotted Cracks. The Viper's pit, that's going to cut off, well, not fully cut off the spawn rotations, but certainly it's a big annoyance to them. And with the safety now around Lamps, it's a great spot to play from if they can get this spike planted. Now, that is a different task altogether, with FUT potentially having utility just like that to push them back. And they even have that showstopper later on if needed. 35 seconds. And again, they're waiting for a mistake to be made on the side of FUT. So far, that's not coming through. 30 seconds. They've got to move onto the site. Boostio can't get them the space they need. And now they look elsewhere, getting out through the teleporter and leaving the Viper's pit to fall. FUT will have a 4 versus 2 retake, but there's no way to deny this plant.
No, that's at least something.
Teed up to go
Viper's pit, of course, gone, expended on the other side, and this is definitely one of the best scenarios. Normally, Calm expected to be lurking back, but with no util, they're going to double up here. Know that they're a little closer around these angles, and just Lurker missed a fall, and it should be for free. Somehow, Calm
they dropped the setup,
managing to find one, looking for a little bit more, and they may have been low on health, but FUT will live to fight another day. Defusal coming through, a lot expended in this round for the Turkish side.
Aim
but they will get themselves to 8.
Crazy
maybe,
right
just
now.
maybe this can be the start of the build back.
That was a ton of damage done, but I like the idea on the way back through. Kiwi was
crazy
at 39
right now,
health.
FUT is
you pop that showstopper, come around the corner, you probably don't even get a chance to see them, let alone readjust and fire. So instead, just uses the blast pack to push out his teammates a little bit. Get out of Captain a wider angle and triple peek it in a way where you just don't line up. I like to see that. Oh, I didn't see that for Jolgamo. He was playing anti-flash on the way through.
I know, he jumped backwards to kill Moj. I think he jumped over his head.
Yeah, it was an anti-flash. We just was
taken down after. Look, this is it's a hiccup for EG. These kind of rounds are going to happen. Now, it's their real chance. Jogamo on the corner right away with the blast pack. They've denied them any B long control. They're going to just use the Tiger just in case somebody snuck back around that corner. And with that, they've got control over the orb, which is exactly what you want when Jogamo is one away from a showstopper. That's what I thought. But actually, they're just looking straight towards the site. Get that orb from a fight. Jogamo's being consistent with it so far. Boostio doing it for the first.
Wait, that's wrong.
But here's a showstopper on the other side. And low HP, Jogamo on 5, the nade is hunted.
Wow.
Yeah, Demon 1's able to duck out of there, but the other players are left stuck around. Com's going to be spammed out through the wall as well. And now, well, we saw a crispy 3K earlier. He's going to need to find himself for 50 seconds left. He's got time to play with, waiting for that Viper screen to fade.
It is Demon 1.
There's still so much left to find.
They
know he's still around this angle. Looking to peek him all together. The band of brothers that is FUT will be able to continue this climb back once again. And now, actually, the money's run out for EG.
Fucking need water.
Yes, time to penny
But
pinch.
my bottle's
This is the round where they shot their showstopper. Kenzie committing it. See just how close that was to the double up, but yeah, the nade was there after the 2 kills. You're in a pretty comfortable spot. 2 behind. It's been an incredible matchup for FUT so far. They've been hot on the heels of EG, but that's the story of the game. They've been behind, only barely taking the lead going into Pearl, and, well, weren't able to close it out. You gotta hope it won't be the same story this time around. Pistols.
Same in this one as well. Take the lead from the pistol, instantly lose the second. They've
right away
had their hands ever so close to a map, but there's still a very real possibility that this could end up as a 2-0. We've already seen these sort of rounds work well for the side of EG. The SMGs.
Oh,
Jogamo is actually going to use that showstopper.
Oh,
denied
cancelled
immediately.
out.
The null command will remove the one real threat that was in this round, but there is still going to be that afterplan.
That's the thing, you know, EG have been scary in these post plants. Even with pistols, you've got to give them a chance. Jogamo not able to use his ultimate and will eventually go down. The rest of the squad now, you've got to wonder what else do they have. And I really didn't think we'd see that committed right now.
Wow.
The orbital strike and the showstopper used in a round they didn't fully invest into rifles for. They've got a molly for the post plant. Mr. Fallen goes down. He didn't get it half. That's a key detail because now FUT going to really feel the pressure of that clock.
Nice.
Close cracks is dealt with. Another for Boostio. The same molly. And
oh my god.
Down makes it so easy.
Holy shit.
In a round where
they won that round entirely off util.
MasterCard Thrifty is found.
Wow.
EG are 1 away from taking the series.
God damn.
And even when it seems like this team have absolutely nothing to play with, the combinations of utility, the delay time was perfect, the Molotov, the orbital strike,
my god, it's like watching
the
old
snake
Fnatic.
bites, the orb, everything combined, and then the shots connected by Boostio. It is understandable, the frustration on the side of FUT's coach, because realistically, this was the chance for them to finally get themselves back close to their opponents, and now they're close to a 2-0 defeat. A shotgun, a Viper's Pit used, that works, and an operator for Kiwi, but this is still not a good spot for them to be in.
It's on top of the truck.
A round up against pistols to put you in this position once again, but not having to win out 1 round to push up to an overtime, stay neck and neck. No, no, no. Much, much worse than that. 3 in a row against a squad of EG. They've done it with pistols moments ago. A showstopper used, got them nothing. An orbital strike delayed a matter of seconds. And it didn't even come down to the time in the end. For EG, this is a promising position. Tiger through, clearing out all of this space. And well, oh no! That shot to Kiwi. That might just have sealed their fate, because now they should go rotating, drifting towards that other side.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Music from Jogamo! I don't know if you'll see a kill.
What a way to win the map.
He blast packs a boombar and then spams him through the wall. That is ridiculous.
Wow, and then they go A after they've rotated.
Standing between
oh, never mind, they go TP.
Impressive stuff. as they all wrap
Oh,
back around. The orbital strike to
troll
delay,
there.
but it's left all onto Attic.
Oh, and it's straight through the fucking ult. What a way to win the match!
Into the playoff stage as
Holy shit!
I thought for a second
wow.
there was a chance here, but FUT falter at the last hurdle.
Wow,
13-9
man.
and
Wow.
15-13. America's #1 is
that
number
is
one
crazy.
for a reason. They're looking incredible all tournament long. And now they've got some time to prepare. That's the scariest thing.
Shit.
Give these guys
Holy
a couple
shit.
days to get better. I don't know what we're going to see.
Oh my god.
I absolutely adore this team. Like watching them play
Oh,
on so many
no.
different levels. The
Wait.
support play, I think Ethan has to be one of, if not the best support player in the world right now. Like,
fuck, what a good fucking map. Right, so something tomorrow. EDG tomorrow, Kang tomorrow, and Fnatic. I might have to miss another Fnatic game. Fuck. Fuck, I have an exam to go. I have an exam. I have an exam at 1. It's 1:30, but I need to get there at 1. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Can I make it? No, it's safe. It'll be safe if I don't do this. How quickly did the pods come up? Pods don't come up that quickly. They? Well, I mean, kinda. And assuming it's just as quick. Assuming if it's the same, like, kind of time. This might go on for long. This shouldn't go on for long, but might has a potential to. This is not gonna go on for long, I don't think. So if they've uploaded the VOD by 1:40, right? They've uploaded the VOD by 1:40. There's a chance. They upload the VODs. No, it's kind of guaranteed. No, yeah. If they upload the VODs by 1:40, there is kind of a guarantee that by the time that I'm done with the exam, the VOD will be up and we can just watch the VOD and then there'll be chat. Wow. Wow. Haha, Durker God. Yeah. Okay. That's what's gonna happen. If I miss this game, then I'm gonna have to watch the VOD on Twitch. Which is fine. Oh shit. Ah, what a good map by fucking EG. Good map by EG. We don't have any teams eliminated, right? Yeah, because the first elimination game would be this, yeah. Lower bracket. ZETA and RG. T1 X. Yeah, let's see. When is that? Oh, just Friday. Okay. Friday, I will miss. Friday, I'll finish watching this and then miss this. Which is gonna be a shame because I'll be missing Paper X versus EDG. Should I even go to the class? It's kind of useless. I don't know. I don't know, man. Saturday, 2 quick ones. Monday is also. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. Alright, good stream.